Your host today, Kyle Frisbee. We have some 1-3 action going on here in Austin, so settle in. We have a good lineup. Several of these players I've played extensively with, so this will be a good time, and I expect this to play quite a bit larger than 1-3 at times, so we're going to start off here with a bomb pot. For anyone that's not familiar with bomb pots, that's a double board PLO configuration, so it's a split pot typically. Everybody puts in their own money to start. Everyone sees a flop, and you have to play your best two cards from your hand as opposed to regular no limit hold. So, kicking off the action here.
Alright, until the cards are scanned, I don't think it's going to tell me. It just shows two cards.
I don't know.
Just let me know when I can go.
It's only two cards.
I'll be monitoring the chat as we go along here, so feel free to ask questions or comment as you like. I'll try to respond as best I can.
Billy!
I've scanned it like 4 times. How do I tell? I'm trying to turn myself music.
They're going to tell us, apparently.
If you're in the Austin area, you know it's a brisk 104 degrees outside. I think my tires melted on the way. So stay cool out there.
You're good. I don't get it either.
I don't know if this new system's any better.
Probably not. Billy has an act to do it. Alright, 3 checks, yeah. 3 check, 4 check, 5 bet 60.
All right, we've got a set of 7s for Doug in seat 5.
7, 8, 9, 12. 1 close.
Strongest hand so far. Oh, set of kings for Kevin on the top board.
3 players.
Top and bottom always determined as distance from the dealer. Top is away from the dealer, bottom toward the dealer. So Nicholas has flopped a flush, Kevin with top set on the top board, and Doug by himself with a set of 7s on the bottom, in probably the best position of anyone. Bet from Doug. Kevin calls, hoping the board pairs, I'm sure. Nicholas hoping it doesn't. Nicholas holds on the top board, and Doug as well on the bottom board. So with his set of 7s.
Where are these? These are the ones from the Ford versus Ferrari movie. It's the ones that David Moore. Huh?
Sounds like you overpaid for them.
I did.
Check.
I can't have 19 tires at all.
Doug knows his set of 7s is a bit vulnerable to pocket jacks, pocket aces, a random straight potentially with 5-3. So he'll check it. Kevin checks. Nicholas is going to bet the nuts, which is definitely the correct thing to do. Hopefully, or hoping for a fold, so he does not split his pot. Doug calls, chop pot, 133 bucks each. So relatively straightforward, but 3 good hands to start off with. First PLO bomb pot.
And the nut flush
Yeah,
card.
Joe, you can't have, sorry, you can't have your phone on the Thank you.
So we'll get to regular no limit hold'em
Cannot be
here.
on the rail.
2 cards for everybody. No limit, no pot limit.
2 diamonds on each board. I got the nice.
Let's see what we got.
4 cards. And then
I'll talk about the
James
players
said,
as we kind of go through during the hands, what I may know about them, or if they're a new player,
And then he got into it.
being a regular here at
So
TCH.
did you almost get a fight with that big factory? No, he couldn't get his ass out of the chair. Joe was like, "You'll be taking out." Taylor said he was the aggressor. I'm like, yeah,
And the nut flush
he has a right to be an asshole.
First hand, Kevin with queens.
Talking about that
Not a
guy
bad way to
almost
start
got
in
into
seat
it.
7.
7 makes it 20.
Played with Kevin a lot. Very good player.
8 full.
They tell him to get his fat ass out of the chair. He's like, "What are you gonna fight me, old man?"
JR with 9s.
Isn't that sad? I'm 62, so
Makes
beat
the
your ass.
call,
beat.
hoping
It's
for a
really
set.
embarrassing.
Suited
If you beat
connector
my
for
ass,
Nicholas.
I got a shit ton of lawyers.
Yeah, because
You're
you're going
fucked
down.
up.
I'm
Suited
not
connector
He's
for
like,
B
I got
Hold'em.
lawyers too. I'm like, "Dude, look at me. You look like you got more lawyers than I do."
Oh, wow. And we start off with queens versus aces.
Seriously.
First no limit hand. So PLO Joe is going to raise it up
He got really irate.
to 250. Kevin in a bit of a tough spot on the first hand here with queens.
See if you can find your balls under that big roll of fat and then call me. It was pretty good.
Looks like PLO Joe started the hand with just under 800, so Kevin probably considering jamming.
Christian's like,
Or, oh, he does make the call, actually. Just hoping for no ace or king, and then he's probably going to go with it.
Way over the line.
I did flip him off when I started doing that. Just say you're number 1.
It's 9 full. 1 full.
Thank you. I really didn't want to have to call, but if you guys are calling, I was going to have to call.
Heads up.
Suited connectors, get out of there.
What's up, man?
Here we go. Obviously, aces are blocked, king high board. So this may save Kevin a little bit of money with the king out there. However, the stack to pot ratio is about 1-to-1 between the two players, so wouldn't be too surprised if the money gets in here. Check, check. So Kevin probably feels better about his queens, and he does make the call, which is very understandable. Wow, first hand, aces versus queens. Coming out of the gate strong. Tough one there for Kevin. It's a difficult spot, but great way to start the session for PLO Joe.
I had a freaking like a Texas card club, some old hat I had, and then switch it up.
Yeah, there you go. Start bringing other clubs.
Yeah, no shit. They gave it to me for free. I'm like,
Thank you very much.
All right, hand number 3 here. Probably not going to get premium versus premium every hand, but it's a good way to start.
7, 8 full.
Got a raise from seat 9,
Did you add on?
JR.
Is that 1,000? Kevin had on 1,000.
King 10 of spades.
Oh, good point. 7.
Solid starting hands from the low jack.
4 called. I just tried something. 5 full, 6 full, 7
Never over there.
It's one card from call from PLO Joe. Can't see his second card, but oh, he has pocket 9, so PLO Joe well ahead here.
25.
I'm gonna assume this is gonna be a bet fold, but it's gonna be a bet call.
9 call.
JR with 2 overs, gonna see a river and hits. would imagine this is a check.
Showing some highlights of the Rangers after a game last night. This is the Rangers should feel like
I feel like playing. They should feel like
A little over $100 to JR
like they didn't give you lubrication. That's
with his King 10 suited, floating the turn.
well, the first game, we got down 3-0 immediately. I'm like, oh, okay, let's go.
And then Altuve, my least favorite player on the planet, Jaxus, the second night. He's so hot right now.
And then last night he was over. But with the depth of the team, the lineup is deadly.
I don't care who's lead. Who is it now? Baltimore has got the best record in the league.
It's like we have a straddle for $6 from Kevin.
Baltimore comes to Houston in 2 or 3 weeks.
And they've got and we've got a much better division overall than
Oh, yeah.
they have. Their division is sad.
8 folds, 9 folds, 1 fold.
Boston and New York are not doing shit.
Derek with ace queen, offsuit,
What's the other good team?
and the cool sunglasses.
Yeah, Seattle. It's obviously Seattle and Texas.
Yeah, let's
I think it shows 1 card.
Hopefully,
25?
Yes.
It's like
Tampa's beating Seattle. You better hope so.
Kevin will defend his big blind with Jack 8 off,
Last 7 games.
suit,
Yeah,
and
I got
hits.
my 1995 first divisional playoff series jersey out.
Be interested to see if he, I imagine he's going to go ahead and
Didn't go well.
lead out, as some people call it donk lead,
Had all the
but
mojo out last night.
trying to protect his vulnerable top pair,
Somewhere in that
pair of
shirt is
eights.
very faded. Johnny.
Derek, not ready to give up.
Manager of the Rangers in the 90s.
2 overs, strong ace. King is going to scare Kevin a little bit, possibly. Might go check, check.
Kevin Maria.
Check from Kevin.
I saw he's perfect. First left-hander to throw a perfect. I was sitting there frying my ass off.
River
What most people
10,
don't
so
realize is that night was it-
Kevin's eights are still good. I would imagine this goes check call if Derek were to stab at it. Both have showdown value, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is check, check.
Julio came next year.
Especially given the size of the pot. Relatively small-ish pot for this game. $114, so Derek thinks his ace might be good. It's not in this case, but Kevin takes down.
And then you look at it, the Atlanta Braves and how dominant they were for a period of time. The Astros have been the team for the last 7 years.
Yeah, easily 10 years, I'd say, really. Yeah, pretty much
New
since they
feature
got-
at the bottom, we have all the players' names. If their profit or a number is in green, that is their profit. Although appears some of this is the buy-in, but
He ended up having a
red is anyone in the negative.
Yeah,
And then on the left is, of course, stack size. So
he ended up on the street.
looks like Uncle T has Jack 3, standard fold.
He was a good pitcher for a long time.
Nicholas, Jack 9 suited.
Had the Cooper Bees.
Don't blame him for playing it.
Oh, yeah.
PLO Joe going to try to hit a set with deuces. Kevin, for a discount, comes in with his 5-4.
I don't know if I've ever heard his name used with that term in the same sentence.
And set for PLO Joe.
No, I don't know why it says 5. We have 6 players.
Looks like JR having the best
6 and 7 check.
hand
9 bet
versus
3,
the set. Doesn't necessarily look like PLO Joe will get a ton of value out of his set here, but we will see.
3 calls.
Nothing better than a set, though.
Four makes it 135.
Goes ahead and raises. JR's pair of eights with a 9 kicker just shrunk quite a bit to the raise. Probably going to let it go.
Crack smoking stuff there. There's no blood in that.
No bloody way what?
His team's in the Super Bowl.
I don't think so. I don't think Rodgers can make that big of a difference. Unless they, I don't think they have much to say.
You know, that division is
That's a go. Good fold. And unfortunately for PLO Joe, nobody had much to fight with there, but nice pot. Wins $110.
somebody asked me the other day, it's like,
Profit.
I say that's not that unusual. I said, well, what about that?
By the way, if you're in chat, feel free to ask questions, comment. I'll try to chime in. I'm doing solo commentary for the first time here, so bear with me, but happy to interact with anybody that wants to talk poker. And there's Dante. Hey, Dante. Dante, typically my comrade on the mic here.
Sala just has that like fires him, but I have a feeling too like
It's like King Queen suited for PLO Joe. Nice starting hand. Ace Jack for Uncle T. Kevin with the suited king gonna come along. So Uncle T hits top pair. Not much else for the remainder of the field here, so wouldn't be too surprised if it's bet and fold. Yeah, quick folds here. Nice win for Uncle T. I see Dante says PLO Joe created his own PLO solver. Well, that means that I will try to avoid playing PLO with Joe. Very interesting.
Makes it 12.
Doug raised it up with the 10-8 in position from the hijack. Kevin's got a suited ace.
That makes it 50, 8, 9.
He's gonna 3-bet Doug. Doug lets it go.
The last number one.
Round 6.
All right, on to hand 8. I'm being told by our producer here that I'm going to have a technical difficulty coming up on hand 12. We'll try to navigate that. I'll do the best I can during that. But for now, everything working from hand 8 to 12. So looks like we have
Yeah, now that it's
King 10 suited, Ace Deuce suited.
I mean, defensive ends.
PLO Joe doesn't know it, but desperately does not want to flush.
Yeah, oh man, boy, did we learn that this year. Those poor guys. But it's really the way that
Pretty blank flop. Ace high still good.
One-time guy that can do everything. That introduction always drops out for all my back.
PLO Joe picks up a gut shot with an 8.
Yeah. That's why when
King
somebody
10
tells me,
still
well,
good.
you know, like Dak and Tony have
And
so
ace
much
high
more
still
yards
good
than
for
Tony
Doug.
and Roger. I'm like, well,
And
yeah,
he wins.
Roger played in the league when if you had 3,000 yards throwing, you were insane. Dan Fouts was the first one I heard.
A lot of the players still settling into the game. This is relatively common. Something I do myself is kind of see how everyone's playing, especially if you've never played with them before. So
Double straddle or triple straddle.
I expect to see more
That's why
3-betting,
San Francisco's so
a little more bluffing as we go along here.
you know, they're you have a quarterback?
No, I'm just gonna get a monster and catch it.
Mr. Irrelevant? Mr. Suited Irrelevant?
Young Brady.
Young Brady?
Almost.
That's like that Jets guy that said that they're like the 85 Bears.
I like it.
Seven makes it 75, 8, 9.
Kevin gonna raise up a suited gapper on the hijack, or in the hijack.
Said we could be like the 85 Bears. Like, wow. Which is not the best defense.
Derek's gonna let a suited ace go out of position. Totally understandable. Doug lets it go. Nobody really to defend. Nice raise to take it down with 7 high for Kevin.
I remember that Super Bowl, I bet on the under, the line was like 34.
Which one?
For me, if someone on the button wins the
And I'm like, I forget what the score was. That was when they beat
Yeah, we won the national
My
championship.
all-time favorite bet.
straddle 6, straddle 12.
Yeah, and in fact, it's
that was
funny.
the-
After college, like 10 years after I graduated,
Back when what's his name?
I was in Nashville for like
Because remember,
Halloween,
Craig James was on that.
right?
Yeah.
And I bumped into Lloyd Carr at this really popular like Sunday restaurant type thing, 2-hour wait.
7 makes it 40, 8, 9,
And I recognized him. So obviously I went up to him when I was, being a friendly guy.
Got 2 premiums. Ace, queen suited for Derek. Kevin's got some jacks. This will be a good battle. 2 very experienced players that know each other.
But I made a bet with somebody. This guy was talking smack.
Pre-flop, essentially 50-50.
You've got an unacceptable situation. You've got a member
See what Kevin does here.
waiting
It'd be interesting if he flats or re-raises. It looks like he's going to go for a re-raise.
I guess one of the guys in the kitchen went to Ohio State.
75.
So he came and said, oh yeah,
We were on
Makes it 275.
to go cruise for
and
the
the thing
Super
that
Bowl
was funny
party
was he
to
got
bet
there.
on it.
275 from Kevin.
So, when it's time for us to start, they found us down right
I'm
at
sure
the
Derek
next
is
day.
thinking my
When we got up, I'm like,
ace queen suited just shrank quite a bit, but I'm out of position.
and I said, Lloyd,
But Kevin's definitely capable of making a move here. He lets it go.
I got you at the fucking table.
He had to pay me $500.
Nice.
And I would have given him 21. I was
Ace queen suited, it's a very nice hand, but tough post flop out of position against a aggressive and experienced player like Kevin. So
What was the line like?
definitely understand Derek's thought process there.
and it got that way. People were betting so they didn't count. It started off like 4.
Straddle 6.
But this was back before you could just look up the line on your phone. So
Aces for Doug.
Ricky Williams, man, can you stop fucking smoking? But you know what, like,
Are we doing 15 and 45 for the bombs?
now, like, I don't even know, do they still,
I looked up and they were all good.
do they still consider weed to be like a
See if anybody has anything to get in trouble against Doug with. Looks like we got a king jack.
that's $2.
You're not tracking the bombs?
Pillow Joe.
We started at 6.
So
it's
Doug is
6:30
gonna
and-
Let's do 30 and straight up.
getting a little ahead of the graphics here. So Doug is gonna call to disguise the strength of
I'll
his
tell you
hand.
right now for $5.
9-8 suited plays reasonably against aces.
All right,
Plays flop.
$2.50. Why, did you get
Nicholas is
shot
going
or
to come
something?
along with his Broadway cards.
Still.
This will be interesting. So Doug has definitely disguised the strength of his hand. Going to try to get. We've got a gutter for Nicholas.
We got the women's semifinals.
Sorry, open ender actually.
Matches have been blurred. The men's match.
JR
$3 bet?
does have outs, but the worst end of it. I expect on the turn here, Doug to make a significant bet.
Kind of a mic. Talk loud enough.
Try to protect his equity.
No, I think there's like mics
Here it
Yeah,
comes.
there's Mike's right.
somewhere around here maybe.
101.
Looks like 101 for good luck, I guess.
There's no commentator on this one.
JR says I'm coming along for 101. So does Nicholas. Doug needs to fade a few cards here, but well ahead. And does fade it. That's an excellent card for aces. Can't be, he counterfeited any other two pair. Has to feel very confident. He's well ahead now.
Oh my God, everybody's got these. Oh my God.
508 bucks. I'm expecting somewhere around a third or a half pot. Wants to get some value here. Looks like that's what he does. Get the exact number here in a moment. He bet. I don't think that number was correct, but it looked like he bet about 275 or so, about half pot. Takes it down. Nice hand for Doug.
I folded queen 9.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's like,
And the longer that hand went, the more I liked my fold.
yeah,
Like,
I
that's
love
got
that
a pair of
bluff.
kings and pairs.
Another premium. Big pocket pair for Kevin. Queens.
He's a big Zach Wilson fan, so.
Derek's going to call it King 10. In position. From the cutoff.
He's going to be the next Dan Orlovsky. These mediocre quarterbacks like Matt Leinart and Dan
So he might see some
Orlovsky
playing time.
make really good commentators. That's why I was surprised Tony is good. Tony Romo. Because he was too good. I thought, good quarterback.
Ace on the board scares everyone. Nobody with an ace. Kevin not liking to see that with his
Guys
queens.
that are crappy professionals that make good commentators.
Gonna go ahead and bet it. Looks like that'll take it down.
So you fold.
Like the worst quarterback in NFL history last year, but I don't know, if he gets like 5% better, I'll take it.
You know, he's already 5% better. Because he's going to be on the bench. That's 5% better.
Can't happen to my go. Yeah, I know, right?
Now, he's got enough ego for everybody.
You gotta swallow that shit.
Yeah. He's got enough ego for North America.
I mean, this guy. He makes it 20, 9 points.
He's a diva of all.
He is. He is the Beyonce of quarterbacks. Maybe the Mariah Carey.
Strongly support Uncle T's allegiances to the Cowboys. If you're in the chat, I know Dante, you're there. You're an Eagles fan. Go ahead and name your favorite NFL team. Native Texan and Cowboys fan here. Love seeing Uncle T represent the boys.
That's 50.
Looks like we have an open-ender for Nicholas. 2 overs for Uncle T. Doug with middle pair and an ace kicker. Everybody's got a little something here. Nobody with a 10. Don't believe.
Look like the kid that was late got a ride by UNLV. First was Michigan State.
ADC Scooter says 49ers. Y'all are looking purdy this year. Pun intended. should be a tough team.
Yeah.
Quinn Williams has the bracelet.
Ace on the river, and I believe this is where our technical challenges may have started to come up. But here we see Nicholas actually rivered a pair of nines, which is good. Pot was not $2,000, but look at that, straightened out.
Dude, when they tighten your fucking bracelet, this is not a real match. It's different. Pretty deal for getting, you know, hit.
I'm told by our producer that after hand 14, everything mathematically is resolved. So
I don't think the stream's working good. We're going. We're doing it. Okay, nobody lost.
Oh, I missed it again. Well, I haven't looked.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go at 10.
below you see the V pips,
This is a race. That's a straddle.
which means voluntarily the player puts money in to the pot. It's a measure of aggression and how loose the player is going.
It doesn't matter.
Often strongly dictated by how they're running at the moment in terms of what cards in the short term, but over the long term, it's a good measure to figure out, you know, if someone is a loose player, tight player, etc. ADC Scooter, I did see that with Bosa. I think it was 170 million was the contract for Bosa. 122 guaranteed, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Very good for him.
That's 215. 2, 3, 4, 4. Everyone full.
On to hand 14. Got Uncle T with 8-9 offsuit. Looks like he already folded. I think this is where our technical challenges are being resolved. Looks like we're already moving on to the next hand. We'll get caught up here. Hang with us. Yep, 5 years, 170 million, 122 million guaranteed. Pretty good. Highest paid defensive player of all time. Nick Bosa via ACD Scooter, 49ers fan.
You want to suck my dog? My wiener dog? You want to play with my wiener?
Looks like we have a lot of folds. I think next hand we get caught up with the graphics and the cameras. So we're just going to wade through this one for now.
Come on, man.
Little shout out to Jeremy in the box, our dealer. Very experienced, excellent dealer. Been here at TCH for not exactly sure how long, but at least a couple of years since I've been playing here.
Doing it for muscle memory, right? Never did it again.
Jay Stevens rolled a 99 in chat. Runs much better than Dante. Dante knows what I'm talking about.
No good.
Okay.
Dante also in the chat. Yep, seat 9, JR. is a poker room owner. Seat 1 also has all or part of an equity stake in the Rio Grande TCH in Edinburgh. So excited to have him here on stream, and looking forward to going down there and playing at some point when I'm in that area.
Next hand. Do it next hand.
Yeah, you did call it out.
ADC Scooter, yes, Nick is a beast also. I agree.
You gotta love Josh.
It's amazing what a little genetics can do for you. He and his brother.
He's always wasting.
Same thing with the Watt brothers,
Always wasted.
Kelsey brothers, and many others.
35.
Well, you know, the problem
I agree, Dante. I think Micah's going to get a big deal. He deserves it. As a Cowboys fan, of course, I know that's not really good unless they can win a championship in the meantime, but you have to pay the man.
he's my neighbor. I live Quarter Mountain.
Looks like we have a raise from seat 9. I'm not able to see the cards, but I'm told this is likely the last hand we should have this issue, so we should be back in business. But looks like a decent hand developing here. Looks like JR is going to go ahead and bet 65. With a 9-4 king 3-8 board.
Yeah.
Looks like his opponent in seat 3 is contemplating his next move as he gets a nice head massage.
2 pair.
That's wrong. He has $166.
Yeah, but the whole thing's locked up.
Oh, really? Have a rebate system?
And 2 pair is good for JR. Nice little pot there.
We're gonna do it now.
So hopefully we get the graphics back up here momentarily.
Flat.
Sure you can flat.
So y'all don't have to listen to me talk about football.
I'll be there to gamble with you.
$10 bomb pod.
So we're locked up, well, I don't even know why we're scanning, huh? Or is it fixed?
You can go twice if you want.
Well, it is, looks like it's fixed.
Nope, it was. It's not.
Looks like it is
It's
now, Jeremy.
suited, man.
It's not.
I know. I'm saying, even suited you pull? Come on, man.
Oh, looks like we're on a PLO bomb pot.
Is it working?
4 cards for everybody. So we have Queen High and Ace High on the bottom and top boards, respectively.
It's not working.
Looks like PLO is going to bet out, gets a call from seat 6. Kevin out of there, Uncle T out of there. JR contemplating a call or raise here. Looks like a call.
Will, say I have no comment.
So looking at the top board, anybody with a club draw just bricked. King 10 just got there on the bottom board for a straight, which is a reasonable holding someone could have had. Without seeing the cards here, I would say it's likely someone has a set on either board. And here we have our graphics. So we see JR has top pair, top kicker on the bottom. Sorry, at the top, actually. We have a bet from 6. Do not know what he's holding. Likely a straight or a full house. Gets a call from PLO Joe. We have showdown. And don't see clubs.
Wow.
But appears the dealer is actually was a scoop. Couldn't quite see what the holding was there, but C6 takes it.
Thank you. Counts are also not close to right.
know exactly when the long pot ends now.
We're over here.
They're very predictable at this time.
Down to science.
4, 5, and 6. All need to scan. Well, Doug's just showed up. He didn't move. It's not. Okay, so call.
Looks like Jay Stevens zoomed in, so we had trip 6s on the top, trip 4s on the bottom. And that'll take it. Thanks, Jay Stevens. Couldn't quite see it on the screen here. We have a premium for PLO Joe with pocket kings. B holding with a queen jack. Nobody loves seeing this ace, except for Nicholas. Goes out ahead with his ace-8 offsuit. Doug's going to take a stab with his flush draw.
Incognito too. You are a fine-looking man, but I don't think you're stripper material. Actually.
You ugly as fuck. You shouldn't even be on the camera.
Good fold by PLO Joe. You have kings, ace comes out, you get a bet and a call ahead of you. You're
It's hard to be a celebrity.
almost always no good.
Who's a celebrity? He looks famous.
He owns Juju.
So
Juju, what's that? What's that?
Doug with a pair and a flush draw now. Nicholas is going to go ahead and bet 100. Doug looking at the sky and calculating his odds.
I'm an easy target.
Probably going to flat here, would be my guess. If he came in for a raise, I wouldn't blame him. Goes ahead and calls. And smashes the river. Has a straight. Nicholas hating the 4-liner to the straight, probably going to check. If I'm just predicting here, Doug's going to bet 200, and Nicholas may or may not pay it off.
How much? $3.99.
I would. Yeah, I actually was thinking about doing it. I had to eat some breakfast.
Looks like we do have a bet and a call. It was actually $300, and Doug is good. Oh, actually, it was. I think I heard $3.99. So feed is catching up here. Doug going with the odd sizes today.
I like
Had 101 earlier, 399 now.
but I just don't like them. They've always tasted like
I like the raw ones. And then cook
Nice value bet on the river for Doug. Got max there, I would say.
mom puts them in everything. Puts them in oatmeal. That's what I would judge. It's like, no, I don't.
B Hold'em with the beautiful suited 7 deuce.
Okay. I'm in.
21.
Yeah, you want a piece? It's $20.
PLO Joe with the dominating 7-4. JR has the Robbie, the Jack-4. If anybody remembers the Robbie. It's quickly become forgotten. Nicholas has a real hand with ace-10. It's like Derek yet to scan his cards, but we'll see. Given Nicholas has ace-10, that board is likely to favor Derek's range. Unless he has a medium pair. Looks like Derek is not folding.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering.
It's going to come in for a raise. With what I bet is King Jack or better. But I'm in the dark just like y'all are. That'll take it down. Love to see what Derek had. I'll have to ask him later.
Very, very entertaining. People also donated like 5K apparently.
I'll go to Shoo Shoo's, his Asian restaurant, and ask him. Off of, I think it's North Lamar. Good place.
Really fucked up.
4 folds, 5 folds.
Right.
35, 45 rating. Not that old.
Kevin with the first real hand here. King 10. It's going to let it go. King 10 offsuit.
I told you yesterday, right?
Middle position. Not a strong hand. Pretty to look at, but not profitable from there. So everybody's got a 7. JR with the best kicker with an ace.
Yes, 15.
So Hold'em hits a 6.
Said I'm drunk. 9 folds.
Like she had
Gut shot for Nicholas. Needs an 8. Does not get there.
There are 6s and 9s.
And Hold'em wins with his pair of 6s.
Runner.
Small bot.
It would have made it all the way, man. Made it all the way.
It's rolled pretty good. Pretty level pair.
that kid who sitting next to me in the
At the bottom, you see the RFI numbers. That's raise first in. So that just means if the player is the first to raise in a pot, it's a good way to measure aggression. Haven't played too many hands yet, so the numbers are kind of smooth there, but it is a good way to figure out, who's limping, who's raising, who's playing more hands aggressively. It's a good way to look at the RFI. Uncle T with a pair of 7s. Derek with aces on the button. Loving it. Comes in for the raise. See if anybody else has anything to get in trouble with. Uncle T's gonna flat, I would imagine, try to hit a set. Probably knows he's behind, but has a lot of implied odds if he does hit a 7. Goes ahead and makes the call. 7 here would be pretty tough for Derek. No 7. Somewhat connected board there with the 2 suited broadways, queen jack.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
Derek's going to see bet here, and I'd imagine this is the end of the hand. Looks like Uncle T's going to think it over. Might think that Derek's just playing position.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Goes ahead and makes the call. I would assume this is to try to take it away later. I'd be surprised if he doesn't lead out here after that call. But he checks it over to Derek. Derek's going to fire again, of course.
That would actually be really
See on Uncle T's face, he thinks he was bluffed, but as we know, he was not. Nice hand for Derek there.
I mean, I'm a Houston fan. I'm from Houston, so I love everything Houston.
Yeah, somehow it went up.
So you root for the Cowboys or what?
I like the Cowboys are okay. I like good football.
What's something Houston-based in show?
Oh, okay. That I don't
I
like?
think I'm going to get a crime.
I don't like living there. I got the fuck out of there.
Download the video.
It's a tough city, but tell my siblings, my oldest daughter, and all their kids, they all
On to hand 18, we typically play somewhere between 90 and 100 hands, so maybe 20% through or so.
yeah, but it's a lie.
Really not.
Houston. Home sweet home.
1 and 2 folds.
Am I going to hate watching that?
I'm already doing.
Am I going to hate watching that hand? Am I going to hate watching that hand?
No, I didn't bluff.
Man, if I could.
He's still bluffing.
4 players.
A lot of limping-ish for $6.
5
Nobody with an ace. Ace high flop. JR does have middle pair with jack kicker, best hand, bets it, and takes it down.
I would come over the top of you so fast.
$20. It's a sirloin steak at Texas Roadhouse. Why not?
No, I haven't.
And on to hand 19 we go.
Give me something to work with.
There's 2 hearts, a queen jack. Not ready to like, give it up completely. You never check it. But you can also get scouting.
8 calls, 9 folds.
This card dead so long, I'm like, I didn't want to give that.
Nicholas with the suited connector. Uncle T's got offsuit broadways.
1 makes it 17.
Derek letting
Because they're running back from that.
the suited workday go 9 to 5.
Pull a muscle. Lock.
Lock. 3 folds. 4 folds. 5 folds. 6 folds.
And Kevin wakes up with aces.
7 makes it.
Gonna raise it up.
So the horn's gonna represent well this weekend?
I'm trying not to think about it. It's like
just hope it's not a
Giving everybody with Uncle T calling, I think everyone kind of has the odds to go ahead and call here. See a flop. Looks like that's what's going to happen. So 4 ways to the flop. Just under 350 in the pot. Kevin's got aces, but a lot to dodge here.
I know, but I mean, if you turn it over on top of this bad
So Nicholas gets a little piece with top pair with a pair of 8s. Has a
But the defense has to show up.
mediocre at best kicker. Checks around. 6 on the turn. Nobody with a 6.
he was moving around like
Good card for Kevin. Pairing the board makes it less likely that he's behind a random 2-pair, or even reduces the likelihood of sets. So he's going to bet out, and I wouldn't doubt if this is all it takes to take it down. Nicholas could get a little sticky with his pair of 8s, but and he does. Needs an 8 on the river. 2 outs. No 8. Kevin's still good. If he could see the cards, he'd go for a very small value bet here, like maybe 150 or so. Of course, he doesn't know that, so I'm going to guess that he'll bet maybe 200 or so. Hope not to get raised. Probably not too worried about that, but in a great spot here with aces. No straights, no flushes. Board paired, so looks like he goes 325 maybe. No, 250. So yeah, half pot bet. This is a tough spot for Nicholas. I mean, he had top pair until King came out there. Might be tempted to look him up, but and he does make the call. Max value there for Kevin. $1,000 pot. Nicely played by Kevin. Always nice to have a smooth run out like that with aces, no straights, no flushes, king high. Well played.
I had the ace. I had the kings, and I folded those because flush draws is not the right place. But I don't like getting hot early because I mean, there's a chance that you can wait, you know.
Looks like we have a player adding on. Give a moment before we go to the next hand. Jeremy gets the chips set up. Thanks, River Rat. It's my first time going solo, so I appreciate the comment.
Round 6. 9 pull, 7%. 1 pull. 2
Clock.
Pillow Joe with the fire pink TCH hat. Might have to get one of those myself. Doug rocking the beautiful bald head. We're friends, so I could say that.
Oh, this one? No.
Very rare. Very rare occurrence.
I was hoping someone else would do this, but I didn't have to.
Yeah, it was warranted, right?
I think you wanted somebody.
All right, we got
It was warranted, no?
Uncle T's got top pair. Pillow Joe has pair.
More than fair.
No draws. And Uncle T's going to have the best hand here in a very small pot. And 46 bucks goes Uncle T's.
I love those little bargain fucking, you know, where you
How about them
get
Cowboys?
rags, you get them for cheap, and it's not that crucial.
I can't believe he pulled this.
Two pulled it one pair, he's dead. Not a bomb pot?
Straddle 10.
Yeah.
Bomb pot? What?
No, we just talked to him about it. 5 minutes. Sound like really bum hunt?
We'll get that pizza.
How much are the bomb pot?
Oh, you gotta pick it up? Oh,
After
that's right.
this hand.
All right, got a suited king for JR.
Straddle 10.
Dude, we were playing with this guy.
Oh yeah, realities. I was thinking of the Chinese place.
This fucking dude, like,
Yeah, it is.
he obviously
Derek with pair of 5s. Raises it up.
player.
B Hold'em with the Robbie, or the robbery,
33 and
whatever you want to call it.
I'm like a bomb on he had a straight flush.
If you've watched another popular stream, you know exactly what that is. Kevin's got a premium ace-queen offsuit.
Every time he was in Hague, he's like, look, let's make a fucking deal.
Gonna go ahead and 3-bet
There's no betting on the river. Like,
Derek to what looks like 150, 125 maybe. Get the numbers here in a second. Derek gonna call, hoping to hit a set. If there's an ace and a 5 on this flop, this will be very interesting.
10, 9, 8. Pretty good guess.
But it looks like we have 9, 9, 10.
wow.
So 5s are actually still good. But Kevin here, he has ace high and he can represent an overpair to the 5s. This puts Derek in a tough spot because he could be drawing to only 2 outs with his pair of 5s. Knows that Kevin is likely to c-bet here, so he's going to go ahead and call. Deuce is a blank on the turn. So I would expect this to go check, check. Just trying to make a little prediction here, but both have showdown value with the board paired. Derek might try to go ahead and win it here, knowing he either has the best hand or is just betting in position to take it down, and he goes ahead and does that. It's like 200. I don't necessarily see Kevin continuing here, and he lets it go. Nicely played by Derek. Had the best hand.
Thank you very much.
Nice call on the flop, given the strength that Kevin had shown. Well played.
Yeah.
Then you want to still percentage of the terms where they
One fold, two aces,
That 11x raise
and
there.
all the hands disappeared. Can we stop doing that?
No, I don't think it's that big.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fold, 8
Looks like nobody with much this hand. Derek wins $4. So the unofficial smallest pot of the night. Still feels good to stack chips though,
You know who's doing it after me?
especially if you're wearing cool sunglasses like Derek.
Straddle 6.
How about next hand?
Seat 5.
All right, on to hand 22.
3, 4, 5,
See if we get somebody with something to fight with here.
20.
And JR's the man. He's got ace king. Nicholas with a king 10.
2 calls, 3 players.
Not a good spot for king 10. But hits top pair, so I stand corrected. King 10 is well ahead now, with everybody holding a king. Don't blame JR for calling with ace king. He's got 2 overs. Any pair gives him top. But the turn is a blank for everyone. Nicholas is going to make it 40. Derek's got middle pair, bottom pair, almost bottom pair. Gets out of the way. Nicholas, I'm sorry, JR. Bit of a decision here because he could be ahead with ace high with the king kicker, and he has the 2 overs to hit. Unbeknownst to him, oh, and he gets there, hits the ace.
Yeah, I know. I think everything else is all right.
Goes ahead and checks it, wins. Tough river there for Nicholas. He was ahead the whole way. But JR, understandably, hung in there with ace king. He had a lot of outs. We know that the king was no good, but most of the time that's going to be 3 more outs for him.
He's got 6 and 8.
You don't care about anything but the slash name, but you don't care about the players. You know.
I'm surprised he's not bluff. That's not good. That's a terrible bluff.
None of them has gotten cracked, right?
Losing one 3-way.
Who did? Oh, that 666. That.
Mine went 4 ways.
Yeah.
And on to our 3rd PLO bomb pot. See if anybody has a 5.
One that's 30.
Couple of 5s on the top board.
Calls. 4 calls. 5 folds. 7 folds. 9 folds.
There's a 5. JR's got one. No friend, so no full house, but plenty of ways to get there. Let's see, we get a 3rd diamond on the bottom board, so JR actually has a flush as well. So JR looking really good on both boards, actually. That's 100. It appears.
1 call.
I missed a palmer. Might have saved you a couple $100, huh? From the whole stack.
Board pairs on the bottom, that's going to scare JR's flush a bit and actually gives Nicholas quads. So I would imagine he's going to pot this, and looks like he does, or goes all in. JR actually in a bit of a tough spot because he does not have a full house on the top board and the bottom board paired, but he'll, looks like he called.
That aggregated all of the data from all the fucking live streams and Austin and built player profiles on all the folks that you play against. Did you pay for that?
Quads on the bottom.
So they'll chop it up.
They have that already.
What?
They have that already. I don't pay for it.
Which one do you want? Because I got the bottom.
Yeah, you're good. I was like, there's a website. It's called like something tracker, poker, high roll
55 bucks for each.
Take all the live streams and it watches
So
them and
dinner
analyzes
at
them.
Cheesecake Factory.
There's a website. You can look it up. Check it out.
Just came to mind. It's just south of here.
Need a fill on live stream.
Pretty new.
Oh my gosh, Kevin.
Small blind.
Called High Roll Poker.
Below you see the went to showdown numbers, meaning they showed a hand down on the river after all the action was closed. So B Hold'em with a premium here, pair of 10s.
Straddle 6. 4 folds.
Going to,
5.
not sure if that was a raise or a straddle.
8 calls.
Uncle T's going to come along with this Jack 9. JR wants to hit a set with the 4s.
40. 8 folds.
That's a hell of a deal, man.
9 calls.
Raise to 40, everybody calls. Got middle pair versus a medium
be
pair
at the table.
versus a low pair.
You can just back up with it.
No 4. Nobody loves the ace or the queen. I would imagine E Hold'em might just represent the ace and take it down here. And does with a $50 bet.
I need 80 wood. Yep. Actually, I guess this should be black. Yeah. Thank you.
Take a momentary break. We'll be back for hand 25.
You got another all over. I want to take a break. After this.
That's why we love Jeremy.
Got him already, man.
No.
I'll take a break. Seat 6 needs to scan. Let's be Kevin. 5 folds, 6 folds.
So it looks like he's got the players, the teams, but it doesn't actually drill into the
8
hand, into the hand.
folds. 15 from
I
9.
think they're probably going to roll it out soon. They haven't rolled it out.
2 folds.
It makes sense. That's how they're going to monetize their service.
Oh, awesome.
For what? Roll out what feature?
The site that tracks like stream winnings and stuff, they're probably going to release like a
Well, but
no, like actual hands, like more
individual
detail.
hands,
I'm
positions,
told
like
no
that.
food on the table. Sorry. 4 players. No drinks, no food. No. 2 checks. 4 checks. 8 checks. 9, that's 20.
That's what I'm talking about.
2 raises to 80.
I'm not a
4
fan of
folds.
salty shit.
All right, and we're back here. Looks like Derek's going to take a stab with a gut shot. Eating an 8, nobody else with much of anything, so he's going to take that one down.
Thank you very much.
Nice aggression at the right time. Cool sunglasses off, still winning.
Thank you.
What's your favorite white ball flavor? Oh, there. Right there. Fucking awesome.
$500 strap? Dig it.
Strauss 6.
On to 26. Below you see the V-pips. As I said before, that's just a measure of how many pots folks are voluntarily putting money into. So
Makes it 15.
measure of how tight a player is playing. And often highly influenced by the pre-flop holdings they have. Derek with a pair of 2s. Uncle T's got an ace-jack, decent starting hand. PLO. Joe with the same hand offsuit, ace-jack. We're off to a flop. Gut shot for the ace-jacks, needing the queen. Doug blocks that and has a pair of 10s.
8 check, 9 check. 2 bets, 30. 4 calls, 5 calls.
Derek gonna go ahead and bet
Oh,
with his ducks.
4 players.
Uncle T getting a good price, gonna try to hit a queen. Does not on the turn.
4 check. 5 checks. Checks. Check. That rough check.
Check.
LV Coleman not watching but feel free to share score updates.
Pair of
Would love to
10.
hear how the game is going. I know everybody's watching it outside the studio here.
Well, we didn't
Pair
work.
of 10.
I was sitting there waiting on the fucking queen.
Yeah, me too.
So Doug hangs in there. Ace 10 is good. Or I'm sorry, Queen 10. Drags a small to medium pot. No sweat.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Big blind. Tug.
A lot of football represented here. We got the Longhorns represented, the Cowboys, Doug with his Jets jersey on. Interesting team to watch this year with Aaron Rodgers joining.
The screen is not showing anything. Yeah. I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, what time does the game start?
Second fold.
A couple of eights for Kevin. Kevin's had a few pairs today. That was read correctly by the table. The RFID.
Six call, 8 call, 9 call.
We got a multi-way pot here. Nobody with a huge premium, but lots of opportunities. And unless PLO Joe or Derek have an ace, nobody with top pair. Not able to see Derek's cards here. Does have an ace, actually 2 pair, ace 5. So pretty good lock on this hand, 92% equity. JR is wondering if he should come along with 7 deuce. Does. Calls 50.
You asked me if I would pay for it, right?
Well,
Derek improves to a full house on the turn.
value
Checks it, trying to induce a bluff. Does not get it. JR not falling for it so far. We'll see if Derek's going to go for some kind of value here. Seems unlikely that JR would be able to continue. Looks like he bet about 200. Exactly 200. Just a bluff catcher for JR would be a tough call. And lets it go correctly.
Thank you very much.
First 5 chips. NFL at all? Then what if it's on the net?
Small big.
Yeah, the local channel.
And we're on to hand 28.
It's one of the networks.
Straddle 6.
I don't think they have it. 'Cause I feel like I remember there's a Jets Cleveland Thursday night game. Week 1, it was on NBC and they couldn't put it on there.
It was Jets Cleveland.
Jets Cleveland week 1 of the preseason. It was a Hall of Fame game Thursday, like
8
5 or
folds,
6
9
weeks
folds.
ago. They couldn't get it on.
So that was preseason and it was Jets Cleveland. That means that NBC was the Namibian broadcast.
25.
Derek with the premium, ace king offsuit.
Yeah. Quarter.
25.
Yeah.
6 fold.
Getting negative ratings on that one.
Doesn't look like anyone has much to defend with, and
Correct, yeah.
did have one caller. Figure out who that is in a moment. Behold him actually with ace 3. Derek gonna see bet and win it really quickly, as he should.
It wasn't great for me, but it wasn't bad. Oh, okay.
She knows that, that the amounts are
Straddle 6. Seat 7 needs to scan. 9 folds, 1 fold. 25 from
Derek with suited broadways, queen jack of clubs.
4 folds.
Nice starting hand.
It didn't show your hand in that hand.
Suited queen 10 for B Hold'em.
Folds.
It showed my hand, but it didn't show your hand.
Kevin wants to play but knows he shouldn't and folds.
8
I have the red card,
folds.
the 3 players. I promise you. I'm gonna lie about it. I thought it was, yeah.
Off to a flop.
I mean, you can lie about it and everything, but
Ace Jack 8. Nobody with an ace.
having cards showing up right.
Rainbow flops, so no flushes.
30.
Potential backdoor flush opportunity for B
How did I know that
Hold'em.
he wasn't gonna register my cards, right?
Derek has middle pair.
Yeah,
Saying I'm surprised that
Strong
hand even went
kicker.
out.
knowing
He's gonna
Decided
bet.
not to show that one hand.
B Hold'em is gonna look him up with his gut shot and backdoor flush opportunity.
I can lie now. I really had
Could be an interesting turn if we get a king
3 calls.
or a heart. We do not.
Everyone.
Second ace actually makes Derek's hand look a little better. He was either behind or that actually blocks him being behind with middle pair. Less likely somebody has an ace with that coming out, so he's going to go ahead and go for some value here. B Hold'em has queen high, probably going to let this go. Kevin did hit an 8 on the river, but also lets it go. Nice hand by Derek.
Straddle 10.
he forgot.
You know what happened after you left last night? Shay switched into your seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, is this the hot seat? I'm like, yeah, that's the hot seat. No, but he couldn't win a hand.
He got you with a hand?
No, I said he couldn't win a hand.
Oh, yeah.
He got frustrated. He's like, this fucking seat sucks.
Yes.
B Hold'em going to raise up a
Couple of dealers.
ace-4 offsuit.
I hate that's
Bomb
the worst.
pots.
What I
It's a quick call from Kilo Joe, Broadway cards.
really be
Kevin
He was in prime form.
is going to call with 6s, trying to hit a set, of course.
Oh yeah, that's real nice. Just give him
We're
what
off
he
to a
needs.
flop.
That's
Yeah,
real
it sounds
nice.
like him. Who wants to give me red?
Couple of aces out there,
Give him what he needs.
Great job,
queen jack. We haven't seen a set in a while. I think
7 hands in a
I'm
row.
feeling Kevin hitting a 6 here. No such luck. We got trip
Hit a
jacks
straight flush. He turned a
for
straight
Pilo
flush.
Joe.
A gut shot. I think it was a gut shot straight flush. He turned it. in a bomb
JR and
pot.
B Hold'em hit top pair, so they're
He just had
interested,
top pair on the
but
other
way
one.
behind.
And then at showdown on the river, he's like, "Is this good, top pair?" And the guy's like, "No, I got 2 pair on there." And he's like, and he shows the straight flush on the other board, and then he's like, "Fuck, I should have skipped that."
That's greedy. That's the definition of greedy.
Like,
JR going to go ahead and bet his pair of aces.
fucking river.
Actually, the 9 kicker does not play. It's aces and jacks with the king kicker. So he and B Hold'em have the same hand. Pilo Joe, of course, way ahead here.
He's sitting outside his chair. Drinking a pass. Talking shit about all the dealers here. Every time I play him,
To the river. Interesting card because any king now is a better full house, but Pilo Joe can't be. JR betting very confidently though. I'd imagine Pilo Joe is just going to be able to flat here, and does and wins. Yeah, can't really raise for value there because what do you do if they come back over the top? They're going to have a king almost all of the time.
Hey, MAGA guy.
Nice spot though there for PLO Joe.
You saw it hit like coming out of his mouth. And
Yeah, where this cat is talking about ultra meganism, and then he like coughed on his chips to feed him, and then I got COVID and my girlfriend.
Really? He was the one?
I mean, I don't really.
Yeah,
It's hard to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just
You're
the way
assuming. You're assuming.
Most strange conspiracy theories about people
10.
are
One makes it 10.
actually robots and not real human beings. And they're lizards.
Got a lot of.
He's like,
Thank you
he's
very
like
much.
being
You
totally
do a
serious
meme
about
at
this.
this point.
my mom actually asked me that. I think I've
Everyone
tested
makes
positive
fun of it.
for COVID
Always
7 times because I used to get tested all the time. And I'm like 7 times, and I know I've had another 3
51.
times.
Doug with an ace 10. P Hold'em
My mom's like the second time
suited
I got
one
it,
gapper.
I'm like,
9.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the cats.
Deuce
Like,
4.
Cascade Church.
Spades.
Joking, Mom. How am I supposed to? Well, did somebody around you test positive? I'm like, well, even if they did, I'm not.
There's a couple pieces of pizza. If anybody wants a piece of pizza.
Remember when getting sick wasn't a crime.
Nobody with a king. King 4 on the flop.
I wasn't even
These
interested.
guys
Yeah.
don't want a piece.
One check.
I don't know anybody's name, but
Equities relatively equal.
I did have a buddy, and I got it in Florida.
Everyone with about 30 to 40%.
I was in Florida, and I was about to get on an airplane, and I felt it. So I said, give me a test. And then I delayed my trip.
3 of hearts on the turn. Nobody with hearts. Doug, sorry.
I don't know.
P Hold'em's pair of 4s still
With
good.
a mask, I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Doug lets it go. P
I
Hold'em,
guess ignorance is bliss.
nice one with his suited one gapper. That's the way to play it. Sometimes you hit a big hand. Sometimes you can just win with aggression, playing in position. Although he wasn't in that case, but good way to play a suited one gapper or suited connector type hand.
Jeremy, you might be in luck.
Oh, hell yeah.
This is most of mine.
Done.
Most of mine were before home tests were really reliable. So they do the MD test. We had a ENT that used to sit there at the front of the open hall.
Do they want to like get the stacks right?
No.
They don't want to fix the stacks.
4 calls. I'm sorry, 3
Beyond
calls.
the capability of the software to leave the stacks.
Hi.
Doug gonna raise up ace jack off.
All right.
Suit. Kevin with 6s.
6 calls.
May have been a
7 calls,
misread.
8
I
calls, 9 calls.
don't think he would open fold 6s. Oh, it does say called.
How
Okay.
you play the game?
Y'all seen him?
He has not been around the last.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have 2 Kevins. That's right. So Kevin calls with the 6s, trying to hit a set. Ace jack versus 6s. No sets still.
Check, check.
Doug does have the jack of diamonds, does a diamond check, now has top pair. Probably a bet fold here. And happens quickly. Nice hand for Doug. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's a gentleman's game. How dare you? As long as they're
I
not
did a poker
You really can't see?
No, it's you have it like lined up perfectly where
Rattle 6.
I like. That's how I like it.
now I see a sliver of red. This guy, you gotta watch. You gotta watch this guy. He's gonna sneak a yellow bird.
5 makes it 30. 6.
Doug with the big premium queens. Coming off his
I'm telling you.
win there with ace jack. Nicholas with something to fight with. Ace king. We'll see if he 3-bets here. Does not. He flats. Derek with king queen. Suited. Understandably calls. This will be a good multi-way pot.
3 players.
Ace for Nicholas. Comes out
I didn't have them anywhere.
ahead here. Nobody. Oh, Doug does have the queen of clubs, so plenty of outs for him. Blank on the turn with the 7 of diamonds. Changes nothing. So Nicholas is going to bet his top pair. I assume Doug is going to call. Knows he's behind, needs a club, doesn't get it. I am going to assume this is going to go bet fold.
No, real people, not dealers.
Yeah, real people.
And does. Doug wisely lets his queens go. Loses the minimum.
So anyone that has a job is an
With
NPC.
queens getting out flush with the ace high board.
Have you read that
That's where
book?
it gets fucking tricky.
It's Jeremy Robinson. He writes a lot of science fiction stuff. He wrote a book called ABCs where it's real. There's like, and he learns how to distinguish. This guy just learns how to distinguish which ones are because there's a level of NPCs. But if they tell them they're NPCs, then the computer automatically starts.
On to hand 34.
Up to real person level. It's really an interesting book. Cool.
See if we can get two folks with a strong hand on the flop. See a little fireworks.
Yeah, the world, the Matrix.
Kevin's got a suited ace-5. It's been a popular hand for
7 makes it 48.
playing aggressively in position. He's in the low jack.
That's
JR, A7 suited. Would fold it if you could see Kevin's holding.
yeah.
Piolo Joe with pocket tens.
Do you need help, Joe? Technology's hard on young people.
And the ace high board. Nice flop for Kevin.
I know she's destroying her, but something
He's
happened.
going to slow play it a bit.
Another fan-
Seems he
no, a fan collapsed.
likely knows he's well
They
ahead.
suspended play. And then that happened yesterday. A fan,
It's like it's 104 on the board. Once they install
Has pretty much a stranglehold on this hand. 89% equity. He's going to go for a little value here. Might get called by the tens. Thinking he's just taking a stab at it.
It's not heat.
7 bets 85.
For New Yorkers? Yeah, for New Yorkers, yeah.
but it's, I think it's only like.
Does not.
My,
Takes down
one of my bosses is out on
$100 profit.
He got up to 100. I'm like, oh, that's not bad. It's like 75 days this summer that we've had 100. It's like 107.
See some loyalty points going around in the chat here. Looks like
Straddles.
Mo the Cat ran bad here. And LV says he feels your pain.
Flag.
Well, I actually heard it might not break.
He or she, actually.
I said 90s.
Yeah. But I mean,
Kevin with the ace-2 suited. Another suited small ace.
we're gonna be running
Gonna let it go.
No football. No.
I'm sorry, wrong Kevin. Does play it.
7 and 8. I think they're just baiting.
JR with the suited
9
ace.
calls, 1 fold.
Derek wakes up with jacks on the button.
Yeah, no, they are.
He's had several premium hands on the button or in position. Oh, wow, and runs into queens from B Hold'em. This could be nasty.
On you, Doug. Folds.
See what B Hold'em does here. He just calls, trying to disguise the strength of his hand. Probably I would have favored a 3-bet there, out of position, but we'll see how this materializes. Very dry board. 5 shouldn't be in most of these players' ranges based on that pre-flop action. Kevin does flop the nut flush draw.
70.
Derek's,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, B Hold'em still ahead with his queens. Derek way behind, but has an overpair, so tough spot for him. See what he does here. He might sniff out strength. It would be tough for him not to come along for at least one street with an overpair. But he's going to go in for a raise and is going to find out quickly that he's behind, I believe. It's going to be interesting because B Hold'em is going to have to go with his queens, and Kevin is not folding the nut flush.
I don't think week 1 is generally on Amazon.
Nut flush draw, I mean.
This is like the opener and stuff. It's third Thursday. Football is Thursday.
Depends on when he makes his move. Of course, could be worried about a 5. There's no way to know that nobody has a 5, but Oh, wow, he's going to let the queens go. Wow.
We're gonna have Thursday
Lays
night
it down.
football every week.
So now Derek jumps into the lead. I can understand the fold there if, you know, you're sort of dead to rights if somebody does have a 5, but
Yeah, they're gonna end up screwing us all over and spreading it all over 6 different mediums.
unfortunately not the correct play there. So Kevin contemplating what to do with his nut flush draw. He's got 1K behind, 300 to call. He's probably considering, could be considering calling or jamming. I can't see him folding. If you're playing ace deuce suited and you flop the nut flush draw, you're probably not folding. He's going to go ahead and call, looks like. Or maybe just taking some inventory here. Goes ahead with the call. So Derek now needs to fade a spade. JR has top pair, but given this action, that top pair looks pretty small at this point. Let's see if he picks up on that. Looks like he's favoring a fold here. Yep, lets it go. Typically when somebody starts holding their cards like that, a fold is incoming. Just as a little bit of a physical tell. Kevin actually gets a pair on the turn. Just check, check. Bricks the flush, so Derek is good here in a nice pot, multi-way. So can only lose if he folds, and he's not going to fold. And wins. Nice pot for Derek there. Aggression paid off. Got the queens to fold. Tough spot for B Hold'em with the queens there. He had players behind him, action ahead of him. Nice to have when everybody has a little bit of a piece, so actually get to play some poker.
I'm giving you a double.
He helped you by betting.
You play 100.
He didn't bet anything comes out of you first. I'm going to
I mean, you gotta get a sense for
I didn't have, I had a queen of spades too. I had
8 folds, 9 folds.
Are you gonna look that hand up?
I mean, I just showed it. We are
T with suited connectors, gonna limp call.
Make him extra. I'm not
B Hold'em again, premium, queens, now ace king.
I think I folded it. I think I folded it.
Presumably is gonna raise it up.
6 to go.
Nut flush.
3 makes
And he
it 40.
does to $15, $40.
What's the second card other than the 8?
This is the 25 out there.
Yeah, it is.
I had a pair of guts. I thought you turned over queen.
So Uncle T is going to go ahead and call with the suited connector. Really not that far behind.
I figured you had a nice over.
Does not improve.
Shit is paused. You put a lot of pressure on
He's going to check. He's probably going to go check, bet, fold.
Get a whole bunch of nits saying,
That's
oh,
exactly
yeah,
what
too
happens.
bad I would have folded.
On to the next one.
Nit 1, nit 2, nit 3.
pretty nitty too.
Bomb pot, bomb pot.
That's why it's fucking
Yeah.
entertaining.
It's supposed to
That's
be
why it's
bomb-
entertaining,
Heck,
you
it's
know?
supposed to be bomb pot last time. I got just screwed up. But I'm
You have
doing a
Derek
little-
calling Billy a nit. I mean,
Bomb pot.
that's pretty funny.
I knew I had to damn bet him, but his bet just fucked me up. He's leading and you're ready.
Hand 37 incoming. See if we can get some multiple players with a piece of the flop here. See a little action. Well, actually, everybody's going to have a piece because this is a PLO bomb pot. Definitely some post-flop action here.
5, 6, check. 7 checks, 8 checks, 9 checks. 90.
Cards are scanning. Looks like
That's 92 folds.
Nicholas has top pair, top kicker on both boards. Kevin, 2 pair on the top board.
5 is Buffalo 6 fold, 7, 8, 9 fold.
And we whittle it away. We've got top, top, and 2 pair. Interesting turn cards. A lot of straights get there. Chop pot if it's not folded. Stab from Kevin. All from Nicholas, and we're going to chop it up.
You guys are essentially playing Jackson Queens. You guys can fucking play.
2 pair of tops.
35 for each.
Got,
Texas Roadhouse, New York strip with a baked potato for both of
I think
them.
it's a Scoopy. It's King, Queen, and Jack 10.
Really, it's the person lead off fence who's got the fucking lead off fence. You would have
No, he's got ace jack. That's Broadway.
Hold on, hold on. I'm still looking.
And we're back to no limit on the next hand here.
Ace jack. It's actually a chop.
make it better. This chair. Oh, what was it? What was it? Benefit from JR.
He hates me.
This went flat all the way around.
Thank you very much.
Y'all don't.
I was early position, right?
So we
So
drank,
if I held my 10-5,
No, you don't really drink. Y'all just drink.
then it would have been. I probably would have
Big blind, Kevin.
I'll bring a bottle.
Straddle, Kevin.
Yazzie McGee
I
says
got some good bourbon.
they beat Nick Airball into
Mostly
bottom.
the small batch stuff. I brought some back from Maryland this week.
Yazzie, I have to ask, what stakes were you playing? And at what casino? And when?
And I got some tequila to die for.
I actually saw an interview with Nick Airball yesterday. He apparently is on an $8 million downswing. So
The worst tequila I have in my house.
I guess you got a piece of it, Yazzie.
That was a gift. I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yazzie, you were cool. You won a couple hundred.
No, it's not bad. I don't think it's worth the money. No. I've got a batch that I got out of Mexico, called Congo.
Uncle T with an ace-jack offsuit. Doug throws away his
They don't
garbage.
sell it in the United States because they sell it in a pottery jar.
Weak queen.
Capitas you break off.
Kevin with the suited connector. See how he plays it.
Greatest,
It's going to call.
all you need to do is monitor them, and then they move them up.
There's some good ones out there.
Out of position.
That's hard.
Check, check.
Flush draw incoming for Kevin on the turn there. So turns the backdoor flush and has the best pair with, or best hand with a pair of sevens.
25.
Uncle T would love a 10 for a straight, but probably be fine with an ace or a jack as well. Only 4 outs. Most of the cards are gone. Kevin Rivers, 2 pair. So has to feel like he's good here. Probably going to go for some thin value. I'm expecting like 75, maybe 80. Goes a little bigger, 110 it looks like. And wins quickly.
Thank you. Small big.
Kevin with the nice maroon TCH hat on. Giga Maggies.
Big blind, Kevin. You want to straddle?
Sure, there's a lot of Longhorn fans on
Do you want to straddle?
the stream.
I do not.
Good luck against Alabama this weekend.
Anything huge.
No straddle.
Queen, queen.
Yazzie, I have to ask, was Nick Airball obnoxious in this small stakes game, or was he different than what you see on the stream? All right, we've got a king-queen offsuit for PLO Joe. JR with an offsuit ace, gonna play it somewhat short stacked.
Check, check.
Nobody connects with the flop or the turn now. Probably first person to bet wins. Still the case. Looks like it checks down. Ace high is going to be good for $52 profit.
Maybe a red or blue. You had queens? I had queens one hand. Everyone's just gonna use your shit with queens. I opened to like 30 when I had queens.
Looks like Uncle T's going to add on a Benjamin.
Did you see that
A couple of them.
I think maybe you, the one where you opened to like 50, that one I made it 30, and I was just like the initial rate. That's only like 5 small. Yeah, I'm curious about fucking. I think so. I can't remember. Like I have this like problem where like when I see the flop, I'm like, oh, I have those cards, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I think it's
Big blind, Tom.
you know, a lot of people don't even remember everything that's all that. And I'm worried about it.
All right, hand 40.
Well, they could turn off one of those. To give us
Derek going to let the suited queen go. King 10, a little too enticing for B Hold'em. Going to go ahead and play it.
Calls 5 versus 270.
Doug wakes up with 9s. Going to set mine here. But goes ahead and raises it in position, trying to isolate. And just takes it down.
I got it.
Nobody really with a hand that could fight back against a 3-bet with there. So
Everyone pulls it.
Detroit scored. West Golf, dude.
Who scored?
Lion, yeah.
St. Brown?
quick win for Doug. And we're on to 41.
One more. Like hand? Hand?
Was it?
And then I get push?
I don't think so. Yeah, you're leaving after that.
That sure.
I just watched that.
What time?
Big.
Where are you watching?
Yeah, I don't care.
Big.
Quarter day.
Oh, yeah. I guess it is. You got 15 minutes left.
Big.
Yeah, I got bowling league.
One makes it
Bowling
15.
league?
Bowling league?
3 pulls, 4 pulls.
Doug with another pocket pair.
I fucking know you were leaving early. I never would.
Trays this time.
Tell him he pulled a hand.
Fucking easy.
Kevin with,
There's a whole text.
I believe, his second pair of aces this session.
Let the dog dash out.
Gonna go ahead and raise it up. It's definitely gonna get a call from Doug. Try to hit a 3. See if anybody else has something to compete with here.
Time for a bump.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, no, we're doing all straight up.
So it's gonna be Doug actually lets it go. So
I saw a 3.
small pot for Kevin there with aces.
All right, that's my time. Thank you very much. Jojo?
There's one at 8 also.
Don't blame Doug for the fold there, but
Quarter till.
with both players being relatively deep, you spike a 3 there against an ogre pair, you're likely to win a huge
A
pot.
lot better ones.
Get in there, Jeremy.
I don't want those chips to go anywhere.
Well, we should offer like a bounty. Like everybody chips in $10, and then whoever stacks them gets the bounty. You know?
Yeah.
You don't have 1.9K. Everyone with eyeballs can see your stack, man.
Yazzie, that's a good Nick Airball story. What, I don't know if you said, but when about was this? How long ago?
You got a 2.2, 2.3 there.
Yeah, just 1.3. Yeah, 23. Yeah, like 600 on top.
Just start playing loose a little bit, all right? Give us some
You're in
value.
lockdown, huh?
So we're 42 hands in. We haven't really seen a lot of all-in action. I would imagine at some point
So I'm gonna look at his bomb pot.
we'll get two players with strong enough hands to get the money in the middle.
And then this guy's over here cracking himself up.
Nobody getting too out of line so far.
Very, bad etiquette.
Frowned upon.
Looks like we have another bomb pot here.
Yeah.
Because everyone can see. Everyone can see you. Well, yeah, of course she's cool with it. I did. I didn't know you were leaving at 8.
Didn't know you were gonna win.
I didn't know you had bowling.
Kevin, you're just trying to be nice.
So for those of you that don't know, the biggest mistake that folks not familiar with bomb pots make is not knowing that you have to play 2 cards from your hand, so you can't have a single card of a suit and make a flush. You have to have 2 of that suit in your hand. Same thing with straights and full houses. So common mistake to avoid. Also, it is pot limit, so cannot raise more than the size of the pot.
7 calls, 8, 9 fold.
It's like Doug with the very unusual trips in his own hand and hits a set, so the case queen comes out, actually giving him the nuts on the bottom. Nuts meaning best hand possible based on the community cards. And improves to a full house, so he has a chokehold on the top, except for pocket 9s, which nobody has. Sorry, on the bottom. Cards had to update there. Nut flush draw for Nicholas. Bottom board. Ace-8 of hearts.
Yeah, I mean, you can rewind it. I picked it up right after.
Kevin with not much. He has a pair of jacks, but that's a pretty weak hand in double board PLO. Nicholas is all in. Doug, of course, is going to call. Kevin, I assume, is going to fold here.
He's all in. He's all in for how much?
He's only for 380.
Pot is $2,444. My lucky number is 444, so good to see that.
Oh, yeah. What am I repping there?
1590.
You know, my pair of 2s or 5.
Not sure what Kevin is contemplating here if the cards are correct, because he has a gut shot on a paired board and middle pair on the other board. Not really much to work with here. So Nicholas needs a heart on the bottom. Does not get it. But does hold and chop the pot.
Flush.
You had a set on bottom?
Had a set on bottom.
You folded?
All right.
Oh, I didn't see the flush get.
Pretty wild hand for Doug there. Not very commonly
I thought
you
you
have.
thought it was too hard.
It's pretty to look at, but in PLO, if you have trips in your hand, that is
I king jack.
not typically a good thing.
Why are you mad? One of them is going to be fucking suited.
It does manage to hit the
No, he has straight.
last queen in the deck with a full house.
Jack 8 and
All right. Small blind. Big blind.
I almost fucking called.
I mean, if the board's all red, there's a flush. Okay. You say long practice rolls. Right?
That's not true. All right.
Yes.
I'm not going to argue with you. Sorry.
you have to
And
have
we're
6
back to
cards.
no limit hold'em.
No. There's 3 of one suit if the board's all red.
2 straps.
5 red
These are
cards.
diamonds or
Yeah, there's going to be 3 of one.
2 turns in the world.
Could be 4 of one card. It could be 4. It could be 5. But still, it's a flush. There's a flush out there.
All right. 1. Can you? Cool. We're good.
Flush.
All right. Action on 3. 3 fold.
Practice rolls at 840.
6 to play.
I can move it.
There it is. Show you the thumbs up.
Alright, 4 raises to 25, 5
King Queen suited for PLO Joe.
6 calls, 7
Offsuit King Queen. Kevin with Ace Queen. JR with pocket sixes. Everybody with a little something here. Nicholas with 9-10. Derek with nines. Wow, everybody with a medium to strong starting hand.
That's what he said. He said they're
This would be an interesting flop. See if we can get a 9 or a 6, maybe a queen out there.
Double each other up in back-to-back hands so we can like stack up higher. Yeah. No.
No such luck. We have top pair for Kevin with the ace queen. Kevin and Joe with middle pair of queens, or a pair of kings, ace, queen kicker. No sets for JR or
65.
Derek.
Poker to go bowling.
8 calls, change coming.
Uncle T gonna go ahead and
Nick Angler.
stab with a gut shot to a 10. Or actually call, I'm sorry. Kevin bet. Top pair, top kicker. Uncle T needs 10. Kevin lets middle pair go wisely. Jack on the turn. A few more outs for Uncle T. 10 or Jack now gives him the best hand. No such luck. Ace Queen holds. See what Kevin elects to do here. Of course, we know what Uncle T has, so a small value bet would probably be best, but also just has a one pair of hands, so might even consider check calling. Talking to his neighbor. That's 210, quick fold. On to the next one. Here's your VPIP numbers. Looks like maybe those are incorrect. Don't think they would be that linear in terms of everyone, but again, basically that is the measure of how often a person voluntarily puts money in the pot. So blinds don't count, but if you limp, raise, call, that increases your VPIP. Good way to measure how tight a player is playing or how tight you are playing yourself.
4 calls, 6, 5 folds, 6 folds.
King Queen suited for Kevin. PLO Joe's got a suited one gapper. Raise by Kevin. Uncle T's going to come along with Queen 9 in position, offsuit.
Hey guys, Joe, you must be off the phone if you're still on.
What's the bet?
Right now we're on.
If you hold him, going to let the deuce 4 go.
Is it starting?
Out of the big blind. So we got hijack versus cutoff. And that is a good flop for Queen 9.
4 checks.
But it's also a better flop for King Queen. Probably about to see some fireworks here. This is a bad spot for Uncle T. Somewhat likely to lose his stack here because it's not going to be folding trip queens. Kevin way ahead with the king kicker. 10 can save Uncle T. 9 can save Uncle T. The ace might slow them down a bit, given King Jack now is a straight. but Kevin's going to fire again.
175.
At this point, Uncle T kind of has to decide, is he going to just go with it or fold? And I can't see him folding. Pretty tough spot to fold trips. Looks like he's just going to flat in a clearly reluctant way. Oh, wow, the 4-liner to the straight comes, so neither player liked that card. Well, actually, Kevin loves it because he just made a full house. However, Uncle T doesn't like it because the jack now makes a straight. This could hurt Kevin's chance to get the remaining $321, but given the pot and stack ratios, I think if Kevin just jams here, Uncle T kind of has to call. Looks like, yeah, Kevin's going to put them all in. Uncle T hated it on the turn. He hates it more on the river. Getting a really good price, but with trip queens. He knows Kevin's capable of bluffing here. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty sure these two players have quite a bit of history together, so probably just a little bit too strong of a hand to let go, but it would be quite the fold if you can find it. He puts it in.
8 calls. Showing a boat.
Pretty standard.
Full of keys.
Nice hand by Kevin, well played. Got it all in by the river. Not a whole lot Uncle T could do there.
You have queen jack?
Alright, y'all take it easy.
Big time.
That's so rookie, right? Dude, a lot of people are heavy on our show, right?
Seat open on live stream.
Yazzie, thanks for the like. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Apparently this has been said before.
And for the rest of the
Year and a half.
viewers or listeners, please hit the like and or subscribe buttons. It's appreciated.
Yeah, no discussing.
Cool, no, all good.
Showing
Just-
your
I'm just letting
solver, you
everybody know.
showing him your solver.
Ball can't be on the rail.
Sorry. I could add on now, right? How much could I add on? How much could I add on?
Kevin, how much you think you got? Do you have a total on Kevin? Let's see.
I don't think they're total.
About 3,000. 3,000 is fine.
Wait.
Do you want to add? 5. Okay. Seat 5 is adding 500. Yep. Okay. All right. We have a seat open on 8 for now.
No. You stay right where you are. You're next.
2, 15,
You're
6
next.
and 7
I
fold.
doubled up? No, I didn't double up.
You just stack somebody.
Oh, and you still got about 500 of mine.
1 call. 2 calls. 3 calls.
So I'm told Uncle T just went to
I shouldn't have stacked.
reload. He'll be back with us
Queen, but like,
with
the river was really
a
bad.
new chip stack after his bit of a cooler there with trip queens. So next hand we got Nicholas and Derek with top pair. Nicholas out ahead with the 10 kicker.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking bomb 5 and I put it up there.
Doug's got bottom pair with the king 9.
2 calls. 15.
Not much working for JR.
9 folds. Okay. 3 players to turn.
Blank on the turn. 3 of diamonds. Shouldn't change much in the mind of the players. Another blank, deuce of clubs. So ace 10 holds. Nicholas has the best hand here. Derek's going to take a stab with his top pair, presumably thinking it's the best hand. Looks like Doug might be considering a raise. I know he wasn't considering calling, but lets it go. And
Aces with a 10.
Nicholas makes the easy call, wins with ace 10.
Go get a bump out again?
Yeah, we've been doing it because they started like 15 minutes late. We've been doing it on an hour.
Oh, well,
Got a couple players adding on.
they were 15 minutes late, so they're doing it 15 minutes. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Okay.
we've been doing, instead of 15:45, we've been doing top and bottom.
Hey,
Got it. That makes total sense. Cool. Alright, it's 1,000. Seat 9, adding 1,000.
Looks like we have JoJo in the box as the dealer.
Seat 7.
Good dealer and actually player as well. Played against JoJo here and there.
Alright, so we're doing a bump box right now. Cool. The reason why I jumped in at the 45 was because I know you do 45. So I'm trying to align it.
Yeah, we literally didn't start at 5.
Speaking of which, if you're interested in playing at TCH Austin, it's very simple to come play. You can just show up at our North Highway 183 location here in Austin. It's a very quick membership sign up. Then pay, most folks go with a single monthly membership, $30. And then you're allowed to play as much as you want. Pay an hourly rate as you play. There's no rake, so no money coming off the table. And that's it. Very simple and easy to play. Very professional staff. Security on site, so everyone is safe to play, and really great environment. And as we were talking about earlier, with football season coming on, it's a great place to come watch your favorite team play a little poker, and just enjoy the atmosphere. All right, we're on to a bomb pot. I'm told that we have an issue with the graphics partially through this hand, but at the moment, I see that Derek has flopped a set of deuces. And looks like Kevin has top 2 paired, king jack on the top board.
4, 5, fold, 6 calls.
they finally got my total right.
7, 9 fold, 1 fold. 3 players.
0. All right, guys, I officially have a bad fucking attitude.
Wow. Sets of deuces on both boards for Derek now.
I don't know what that is. A hooker?
Bit of a rare occurrence.
Oh, no. Has it been sanitized?
Had that just a few times myself.
I mean, I bought it in France. I guess that's a
Always a
no.
welcome sight.
No.
No flushes. There is a queen 10 as a straight on the top board.
Like it's free walker.
That is pretty cool. That's what we used to call a pole troll.
So it's 5-3 on the bottom board. So a few hands to worry about for Derek. But has to love this spot with 2 sets.
Part of me thought in the bottom board there were only 2 hearts out there, so I just had like. I thought there were only 2 hearts there too. Yeah, I thought I had like any king or any 8.
Appears this is where we had the technical difficulties that did get resolved, so we'll wait for things to get caught up here.
I almost called. I thought it was 2 diamonds, 2 hearts.
Looks like Derek must have bet and taken it down. So
Your other 2 cards must
Thanks,
have
I
been big
appreciate
cards.
it.
Broadway cards, yeah.
best hand wins.
I thought one of those were 2 cards, make both boards.
Always good to make a pot size bet.
open on live
If you're
stream.
confident on one board in a PLO bomb pot. That way you avoid splitting. Very difficult to have the best hand on both boards.
5,
So aggression pays off in that way for PLO bomb pots.
I had 2 pair, nothing on the top.
Seat 6 straddles 50.
Did. That's what I did. Well, I had nothing on the top though.
Are we still off on this hand too? The software? Software, the wheel draws?
Yeah, did have a wheel.
All right, on to hand 46. We'll be having a new player joining us in seat 1 here momentarily. But for now, got 10-4 being thrown into the muck. King 9 is going to call. Kevin raised with mystery cards. We'll see what that is hopefully here in a moment.
Yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 calls.
PLO Joe with a suited ace-6. If you're into game theory optimal play, you look at solvers. Pretty significant difference in the value of ace-5 versus ace-6. But in this case, he does flop the nut flush draw and then smashes a pair on the turn. But JR still has top pair with his king 9. PLO Joe's gonna definitely want to see this river card. Has 11 outs. Pretty good equity. Misses. So king 9 is still good. $20 bet, and PLO Joe is it off, it appears. May have thought he had a busted club draw, possibly. Small bet relative to the pot, so nothing wrong with paying for a little information there.
By the way, so Thomas is in for 1,500.
No, 950.
Oh, sorry, 950.
Kevin with the suited connector.
Is it reading and not reading?
I know. For who?
Yes, can
Who no name?
Cool, got it.
They're pretty good players.
All right, 6, 7
you
folds,
basically-
8 folds, 9 folds.
It was like highway robbery then.
Got Uncle T back at the table.
You need the term for
PLO Joe with the king queen. The prettiest OK hand in poker. Doug with the real hand 10s.
5 raises to 45. 6 calls, change come in. 4 calls, change come in.
Bill Nye, the science guy, comes along.
He just said he got Justin Jefferson for 2 no.
I thought that deal was not till
Actually, there's a lot of 4 checks.
Are you in the lead?
Doug's still good with his overpair, pending what Kevin C has.
What, one of them is on the Jaguars?
Doug goes ahead and C bets 50, which makes a lot of sense. Protects his 10s. PLO Joe is going to come along with his 2 overcards. Bricks the turn. Kevin C called, so it'd be interesting. I would love to know what he has. Could have a heart draw. Or
Last time I checked, he's a book.
not even close.
maybe 2 overs as well of some kind.
Well,
Doug's not slowing down.
yeah, if you
Has
count
to protect his 1 pair hand, 150 bucks.
They barely made the playoffs last year, right?
Kevin
And
doesn't consider
they
folding
lost to the Chargers.
at all.
Yeah,
So
They beat the Chargers.
probably has a heart draw or maybe even a set on the high end of his range here. Oh, wow, and Doug smashes a full house on the river. So for Kevin's sake, hopefully he does not have a set because he is getting stacked at this point. But most likely he missed a heart draw. Just my guess based on the way this is played out. See what Doug does here.
It's like the Browns.
He's pretending to be confused about what to do, knows that he's betting.
I think Jets are going to go all the way.
I'm gonna guess he's gonna go in
That's
the
another
350,
kind of like
400
shitty
range.
organization, you know? There's
Browns had a ton of time.
Sometimes Doug can get a little fancy. He might overbet it to try to appear bluffy.
well, I don't think you win championships that way.
Calvin Ridley,
He does overbet it. Gets a quick fold. Seems likely Kevin had a missed flush draw there. Just be my guess. I don't know, in the chat, what do you think Kevin had there?
Sounds like a lot of good athletes, but really dumb
Sometimes,
players.
even though it's not intentional, it's sort of fun if
Calvin Ridley,
one player's cards do not scan, because you can kind of play along with the with the other player, or as though you were at the table yourself.
Who else did you? What was another name that you listed?
Travis Etienne.
Yeah. No,
Sounds like a fun group.
Travis Etienne.
Alright.
Is he a rookie or no? Is he a rookie?
He's a monster. It's a third year.
Third year. First year was ruined by injury. Second year he came on, established himself. And this is his third year.
What happened to their other running back? Robinson. Robinson.
He tore his ACL and
Three
back up.
calls. Four calls.
That's the way the NFL goes. They signed on the Jets. And they signed on the Patriots. And they got
5 raises to 30.
All right, Kevin with some broadways, Doug with a queen 10.
7 folds. 3 and 4.
Nobody with a real premium holding here, but
30.
good enough to see a flop.
4 players.
It's on the alternative
And
channel.
it looks like queen 10 is gonna come out with the best of it post flop here. 7-5 also caught a middle pair.
Okay.
Can't be too excited about middle pair with a 5 kicker though.
It's like that's exactly what I did.
Pillow Joe does hold the queen of clubs, but lets
Drink
it
more
go.
wine, man. Finish the bottle before you leave.
So we're heads up, top pair versus middle pair, and now we have trips. So Doug is got a stranglehold on the hand.
Still my all-time favorite.
It's smart for you to stay.
Seems like B Holden is probably just gonna let his pair of sevens go now. However, the board pairing, although it's strengthened Doug's hand, does make it less likely that Doug could have a 10, which of course we know he does, so could be the reason B Holden is going to hang in there with his pair of sevens. Ace on the river.
He and I are like, oh, cool. And he folds.
Doug's probably going to go for some more value
He was
here.
the only guy at the table that had never played with it. So.
I'm going to guess maybe 125. He bets $3. Okay. Well, didn't see that bet sizing coming, but I think Doug was quite sure that he wasn't getting much more out of B Holden.
I feel like getting hurt.
Yeah.
It's a fucking razor. It's the initiative. Let into it.
Doug got a lime Topo Chico out of that river bet there.
Bet. I love the note. I bet all of that. 75 into 3 other players. 75, $53.
Everything's good. Alright, 3 to play. 8 folds.
All right, hand almost to our 50th hand here. Got about an hour and a half left. Typically we'll get to around 90 hands, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less.
5 folds. Calls, 6 calls. 7 raises. 3 calls.
Suited ace for Kevin Y.
See where I'm at.
B Holden with the offsuit 1 gapper. B Holden flops a gut shot, needs a 9. Backdoor flush for Kevin Y. Kevin C with middle pair. Teeny bit of something for everyone, nothing particularly exciting.
I don't buy back my kid.
See how this plays out. Probably whoever plays aggressive will win.
I said, I gave him money.
Yeah, you always give me money though.
$6 all around.
Six checks.
2 pair now for Kevin C.
7 checks.
90% equity. Kevin Y is drawing dead. B Hold'em needs a 9 only. That seals the deal. 2 pairs good for Kevin C. Let's see if he can get any more money out of this. Seems doubtful though. Nobody with really anything.
35.
Pay off, and I got 2 pairs, you got the trip, so I'll pay off.
3 folds.
Small pot over to Kevin C with his 2 pair.
At least I didn't say, oh, I should raise him because you only bet $3.
Hey, you know what?
I would.
I would if I had, well, I thought was the winning hand.
This can run it.
I'll give you $3 and
Sir, what do you have me listed under?
Just 8-8.
8-8. Just put 8-8. How much do you have right now? Put in this
Player adding on here. Take just a moment between hands.
3, 4, 5, 506.
That guy.
those are one kid, those are not.
Yeah.
Crashed out.
1, 2, 3.
506.
506.
Got that guy.
What did I say? 506.
Oh, he lost.
Okay.
Definitely lost.
Okay. It's cool, it's all good. As long as we're on the same page. Alright, button is on 6. Got a straddle for 6 or 10. Alright, 9 straddle 10.
As we deal hand 50, upcoming tournaments. So tomorrow, actually, we have a $100 PLO tournament at 7 p.m.
1 calls, 2
with a green chip bounty, $2,000 guaranteed. Saturday, we have a $150, $3,000 guaranteed tournament, 20-minute levels, so plenty of time to play. Start with $25,000 chips. That's at 5 p.m. And our regular $20 no limit hold'em, 2,000 guaranteed on Monday at 7 p.m. Excellent tournament. It's actually the first thing I ever played here at TCH. Finished second and was hooked. So tournaments running every day. Come on down to TCH. Like I said, just easy sign up to become a
I don't know.
member.
Kelsey wasn't ruled out yet.
And excellent guaranteed tournaments. Got Ace Queen for AA, our new player in seat 1.
He's rolled out this afternoon.
Good way to start out with a premium hand. JR with a suited ace. Uncle T with some ducks. Gets rid of them, and AA wins pre-flop. Actually, post-flop. Now I see he hit top pair.
Let's play Monday, right?
Yeah. At home 9-11.
Oh, it's 9/11.
Every time they run, they get 6 yards.
It's been a couple like 9-11 games in New York.
And Kevin. Alright, 1 call.
Got the Doyle Brunson 10 deuce. Goes into the muck, as it should. Doug with the suited ace, ace 5.
7 calls.
More deuces. Kevin now. Kevin Y with a pair of ducks.
Bet I'm calling. Or raising.
And we're off to a flop $80 pot.
I think you should just play it blind.
And ace 5 now in the lead. Derek does have the 9 of diamonds. Although
5 bets 50.
probably not terribly excited. They prefer to have, of course, the king or the queen of diamonds if he's going to chase the flush.
7 calls.
lets it go. Understandably. Kevin now with a gut shot needs a 3 for a straight. Actually, his deuce would give Doug a straight, so. And does not know it, but his deuce of diamonds is actually good for a flush, but hard to feel very confident about that. Does make the call. This would be an interesting river, especially if it's a diamond. It's not a diamond, so Doug's ace-5 holds. I would assume Doug's just going to check this over and take his showdown value and call whatever Kevin might bet. Be a little surprised. He might put a block bet out here, maybe around $100 to try to prevent Kevin from bombing the river for, say, 250 or 300. Oh no, he's going to go
5 bets, 250.
3/4 pot or so, 225, 250. Yeah, Kevin, he can only fold or raise. He can't really call here. I'd assume he's going to let this go.
Have a good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play this last hand.
Play one more hand.
It's possible he could put Doug on a busted heart draw and think that Doug's trying to buy it. That would be the best way he could convince himself that a call is in order, but really just has a bluff catcher, nothing more. Kevin's a smart player. He's going to piece it together, try to come up with what he thinks is in Doug's range. But it's like the ace-5 2 pair is going to be good here. Good fold by Kevin. Nicely played by Doug.
Block catcher.
We got a share. 25? 2 shot of 25. No, I need that call.
I thought it was when the hand was in play.
Sketchy when you go over the street.
Never ever. You have to, if you want to use your phone, you have to pull away from the table.
I thought it was only when the hand was in play. I'm betting makes sense.
I don't think so. I think you're gonna fucking kill me like some fucking ace-X or.
We're just so used to doing it over the other tables, and I get it. Yeah, it's just
I don't know, I
because
put
it's
you on
live
a-
stream.
Yeah, no,
Second
I
on
was
push
paying
draw.
attention. I just thought it was when the hand was in play. That was my bad.
All good. All right. 25 to play.
Yeah, it wasn't like ready, but I beat these people.
What's your last hand?
3 calls, 4 calls, 5 calls.
B. Hold'em waking up with a couple of snowmen, Pilo Joe with 10 Jack.
525.
5 ways to make the best straight. Kevin's got ace-7 suited. T may have come along with a suited king there.
Maybe you're like Nick and James. Nick and James said that last week.
10 Jack is now open-ended. No 8 for B. Hold'em. Derek's got bottom pair. He's going to bet it. Pilo Joe going to chase a straight. Rainbow board, no
If
flushes.
you watch the stream, you can watch him. You can see him.
Yeah.
9 outs for Pilo Joe and smashes it. So Pilo Joe has the nuts. unfortunately for him, Derek really has nothing he can play with, so I would assume this is the end of the hand. PLO Joe praying that he has king 9, king queen. Clear fold. Nice hand for PLO Joe. Sometimes a little frustrating, not frustrating, but disappointing when you smash your draw and do not get paid off. Still a nice pot though. It's like Derek's leaving us. I think we're going to have a new player coming into seat 2 at some point.
Enjoy bowling. Get a strike for me, man.
I hope I get more than just one.
Keep it in your lane, that's all I want.
No bumper.
Joe, you're gonna be first.
Definitely no bumpers.
Drink some more beer and wine.
I'm gonna post my
It's the
one.
best part of
4 folds, 5 folds, 6 folds.
it. Suck down the beers and bowl and talk shit. Have fun.
7 raises to 15.
Kevin with the suited small ace. Gonna raise it up from the hijack.
I don't like the Molinellis. They're such like in your face with lights and everything. It's like you can't even see the hands half the damn time. They're not like
4 players, 1 check.
Middle pair for double A.
Check.
Enjoy your winnings.
35.
JR is going to bet with a open ender. Go ahead and bet his draw. I like the play. A is going to come along with middle pair. A little bit of a speculative call, just given how coordinated this board is.
He wouldn't be.
And JR gets there immediately with the straight. Unfortunately, like PLO Joe, his opponent doesn't hold much, so probably is not going to get paid off by his turn straight. It's probably a fold here for double A.
He was referring to Blake's game at home.
Lets it go.
He was referring to it. He was talking about it like, oh yeah, I played this game. And Joe really wanted to know what game it was. Oh, I can't say it.
Not a huge pot, but always good to be dragging chips.
Seat open on
stacking.
live stream.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Thank you, brother.
That's why I stayed in
I
there.
think I had 10-8 once.
He's like, I'm not trying to spread the word about the game.
Yeah, I mean, he probably wants to control who's in there.
But it's definitely made a
5,
noticeable
7, 6.
impact
Glad somebody did.
on like the players coming here. Because he runs it twice a week.
Thank you very much. All right. 6 calls, 7 holds, 8 raises to 25. 9 folds.
Ace King for Uncle T. He's got a premium. Kevin with the suited 1-gapper.
It's a raise.
Doug King 9 playable. Probably going to make a call. Does. Kevin with the splashy call with his suited 1-gapper, and we're off to a flop. Pretty fair fight here. Actually, pretty interesting flop. So we've got an open ender for Kevin. Uncle T's got top pair, top kicker. Nobody with the club.
75, 5 calls.
With 3 on board. So Doug's got top and bottom. So he's gonna call. And now Uncle T goes out ahead with now a better 2 pair on the turn. Queen 10 has been and it still is the best hand, other than a flush. Uncle T in a good spot here. Doug's not going to be able to fold top and bottom pair, and now a full house. That's actually probably going to save Doug a little bit of money because now he's counterfeited with his 2 pair. So now he has just aces and kings with a jack kicker. 9 does not play.
5 bets, $3.
Piercy bet $3 and is definitely going to get raised by Uncle T.
8 raises to 2.
See what Doug does here. This is kind of a tough spot. I think he'll probably let it go. Uncle T, yeah, bet a pretty sizable percentage of his stack there. Looks very strong. Nice hand by Uncle T. Got very fortunate on the turn there. Doug probably got away for about the minimum there, given the strength of his hand and being somewhat cooler on the turn there. All right, September promos here at Texas Card House. So quads of the day. PLO players can now make quads of the day if they have it in their hand. One promo I definitely take advantage of is the early morning rewards. So if you're checked in at 5:30, 7:30, and 9:30, you can get $25 in rewards back to your account for the time that you play. And also, they have upped the refer a friend reward, so you can get $50 in rewards if you refer a friend to come play. So come play and then bring a friend, and you play for free, basically, for as far as the membership goes, for over a month. Back to the action here. So we got another double board PLO bomb pot. Looks like PLO Joe has 2 pair. Bottom board. AA has a pair of queens in his hand. Actually, D. Holden just takes it down. Not a whole lot based on the graphics there, but moving along to 56.
Straddling 6.
So you got 2 pairs.
It's like the worst turn imaginable.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm like, well, do I feel better? I don't know if I feel better.
Oh, club would have been bad for you.
It was one bet, you know. If anybody calls me, I'm shutting down.
I mean, maybe not because it was slow down.
Take a shot at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
B. Holden with ace queen now.
3 raises to 25. 4
Gonna
calls.
raise it up to 20.
5 folds. 6 folds.
Especially when I haven't made any.
Doug lets his weak ace go. PLO Joe with
Raise to 25.
7-4 makes the call.
Got a call.
Maybe just trying to play position here. Uncle T outflops everybody with king 10. I'm gonna bet it. Probably just take it down right here, and does. Tips the dealer. Thanks, Uncle T.
Player on the way.
I made a quick decision.
It's more that I gotta make sure I can see everything first to figure out.
You figured out your decision.
Mentioned the tournament schedule earlier. Just to reiterate, this is a great way if you've never played TCH before to Get your feet wet. The $2,000 guaranteed no limit hold'em tournament, just a $20 buy-in. It's every Monday at 7. Like I said, that's how I got started playing here. Really excellent way to come play for an inexpensive amount if you're new to the game or new to playing live poker. Friendly atmosphere, and you get $10,000 in chips. $20 is all you can lose, and you might turn it into several hundred. So come play it every Monday at 7 p.m. here at TCH Austin. Back to the action. So we got Uncle T with an ace queen. Ace queen's been a pretty popular hand tonight. Has top pair, top kicker. But PLO Joe has top, middle, and bottom pair. This could be dangerous for Uncle T here. Jack 9 also has a gut shot to a 10 for a straight. Everybody with a little something here. PLO Joe
Show their timeouts or what? They don't have any left.
well ahead with his 2 pair.
Detroit.
I think they just used their last one.
No, I said, look
Uncle
back
T
on
is
the
not
second
loving the fact that he got
I
raised
think those are empty
and
cards.
is holding just the 1 pair, although it is top
No,
pair, top
above the
kicker.
second and 10. They're like,
No, they see they have one left. They just.
I would imagine that based on the stack sizes, he's kind of,
they just spice it.
he's going to show Kevin that he's folding, folding a big hand. And it was a very nice fold. Good fold by Uncle T. PLO Joe does not ring any more out of Uncle T with his 2 pair.
Oh, we'll find out, but
I'm never.
I had top.
Oh, you had top two there?
No, I had top.
Oh, queen ace? Okay, I had two there, bottom two.
Some would call that a
That
nitty
looks like an
fold,
8-7
but
suit.
I would call it the correct fold,
I mean,
at least in this
wouldn't go
case.
anywhere.
Sometimes that can be exploitable, though. If you let go of hands like that, people, if they pick up on it, they might start to, you know, bluff a little more or at a higher frequency. But definitely showing his experience there, Uncle T, with top pair, top kicker, letting it go to the strength of the raise there. So
3 calls 15.
certainly saved himself some money.
5 raises to 80. 6 and 7 fold.
But it was a good fold.
8 calls.
I mean, you play with me long enough to know I'm not, you know, I can bet that fucking.
Doug's going to raise up ace 9 offsuit. He hold him
And
First thing I
couple
got
of
is that's 8-7.
5s.
That's exactly what I was.
T with offsuit Broadway cards.
Do you come into play?
No 5.
8 checks.
Who is that?
Doug's
3 checks.
got ace high. B hold him. Actually, the 5s are still good. Queen giving Uncle T an open ender. He's going to bet it. He might just go ahead and win it right here. I don't see Doug calling with ace high on this board. Coordinated board, backdoor flush, straight possibilities. He does call, though.
Last ball.
Blonde, tall.
Heads up.
And Doug actually gets there with a straight on the river.
8 makes it 7.
Let's see what he does here. There is a better straight available, so I would guess he's going to go for some thin value here, maybe 200 as a raise or just flat. He's going to go for a little more value. He's going to go 300. 301.
You didn't make the flush either.
Sticking with his theme of odd number bets or raises.
Nope, real good.
Hey. Whoa. I was trying to say you can take that stack, but he may not like it.
No idea.
Nice answer there for Doug. Doug
That's so random.
quietly, I believe, is our winner for the night thus far. Hasn't really lost a significant pot. Has won a lot of medium and large pots.
Welcome to the game, sir.
Just playing very solid overall.
All right, 9 folds, 1 call. 2, 3 folds, 4 calls.
Looks like we got a new player in seat 2.
6 calls, 7 folds.
See what alias he went with. I've played with this gentleman before. He's a regular member of the club here at TCH. I've not seen him play on stream before, so this will be interesting to see his style from this perspective.
4 and 6. 8 checks.
Double A has ace-9, best hand so far.
13, 4 and 6 folds.
Sorry I missed that Uncle T flopped a flush. Talking about the new player. Uncle T, chokehold on the hand. Just gonna see if he can get some value. Gonna go for 50 bucks. Probably gonna get it. And
Calls.
Double A pays it off. Flush is good.
Queen on flush. Lots of work to take. Lots of work to take.
You got Velvet?
Button to 7.
It's always fun, you know, me and DR in this deep conversation about flying.
Off to hand 60. Got a 7 deuce. Double A. Smirks. Worst hand in poker. Although that was suited, so the second worst. Or the best way to have the worst hand, I guess.
He went on and then left.
Doug with a suited ace.
Talking about flying, huh?
And smashes 2 pair.
Did you used to fly?
Nobody else with much. Oh, I stand corrected. PLO Joe has a flush draw, nut flush draw, so this could be pretty interesting. Looks like Thomas P is our new player in seat 2. He's going to bet with top pair 9 kicker, but is about to find out that he's way behind. PLO Joe flats with his flush draw. Doug understandably raises it up with his 2 pair. I would imagine Thomas is going to let this go. Just set down, probably doesn't want to get caught in a spot here with just top pair and a weak kicker. Well, weak to moderate kicker. He is going to actually make the call. Drawing pretty thin, needs a 9. PLO Joe internally saying heart, heart, heart. Pretty good pot brewing here. And brick on the turn, deuce of diamonds. Doesn't change much. Nobody really likely to have 4-5 in this configuration. Doug staring inquisitively. Probably going to make a sizable bet here to protect his hand against flushes and potential straight draws that nobody has in case somebody has. Looks like he made it 1,000. Overbets the pot. Doesn't want any more cards.
but the Marines
ready to
still
take it down here.
did like reserve stuff for them.
Pillow Joe, this is kind of a miserable spot because he knows he has equity with the nut flush draw, but
Final.
really Doug has given him a price
That's
that
I'm in a 152. I got 110.
doesn't make sense unless he just wants to gamble.
I fly.
His firewall, buddy.
I doubt he's going to let it go, yeah.
And,
Good bet by Doug. Protected the equity of his hand.
I know.
Plenty of money out there already 3 ways, so wins almost $500 without a lot of risk.
Taking her from Houston back to Corpus Christi. And we're finding it through control field, commercial airplanes. And they clear me to come in and land, and everything's great. That's just one I want to say, Seven, can you keep the speed up? You have 737 on a long final.
Well, what time is it right now?
I didn't want a good one to grab or anything, you just firewall. Take the first text away on your right. Why didn't you go around?
Yeah.
Or just extend my.
I would get on ground control and say they did that to me in Springfield. An old what was the airline? I think it was TI. Texas.
Yeah.
And I was doing my long cross country.
3 to play. 7 fold.
And they did that to me. 737 was on my ass. And when I got on the ground, I was raised around the pilots who would chew the tower out or chew anybody out there. And I got on ground control and I said, you tell the tower. You tell
Limp
the pros,
pot
well,
here.
the pros,
Nobody
you
with
tell the tower to have me do
a whole lot pre-flop.
because I just took that.
Still not much. Pillow Joe head with his ace high. King on the turn.
45 miles an hour over the one thing.
Gives a straight
Like that, I'm like, ugh.
to JR. However, the board is double paired. He's going to bet 15 and probably not get another dollar.
Because I mean, I did my dad was tried to
Wins $6 with his straight.
Thank you, sir.
he died in the airplane.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
He died in an airplane?
Experimental airplane. No, the empennage came off at about 239.
Was that
3 straddling
This
6.
is in Rosenberg in
yeah, but the rattan bird?
No.
The very easy
It was
or?
the F1 rocket.
Oh.
It was a tail drag. It was very high
6 to play.
Pillow Joe holds worst hand in poker.
Very easy, but heavy.
Kevin's got an ace.
That's the only.
Is that a strategy?
Offsuit.
Straddle for 6.
Bad kicker.
Sir.
Gonna go ahead and play it though. He limps.
Call.
Well, I think I only had 12 hours on the plane. I've flown with it a few times in my next program. I was going to go fly with him. No, I'm going to test this. I'm going to test that. I'm going to test that. You can play tail. There was an English
Very marginal hands here. Somebody had a king. That was Uncle T. Uncle T's out ahead with his pair of kings. Nobody with the spades. No backdoor spades in play here.
You know what I mean?
T wins a small pot there.
I did so much flying with him. And old World War II trainers.
On to the next one. Let's see if we can get a couple premiums. It's been a bit since we had queens versus aces or something of that sort.
He got to fly one in Arizona, and he said you just sit up so high, like a giant
3, 4 straddling 6.
Like you got so much
5
power.
straddling 12.
He said it makes you feel like you're in P-51.
Well, you know.
That's still my
But that's it.
Yeah, we just
Alright, 12 to play.
go down to Harlan Giles.
All right, Kevin's got a, Kevin C has a pair of sixes.
Airplanes.
Uncle T also with a pair. Gonna try to set mine here.
8 calls.
JR suited one gapper, another pair. We got double A with sevens.
Yeah. Oh, were you really?
He is going to come along.
B-17.
Actually raise.
I want to do that.
Oh, and Doug wakes up with aces. Well, here we go. Everybody's got a pair. Doug's got aces. Last time Doug had aces, somebody had a pair, missed their They're set. Doug knocks his chips over. Maybe a little too excited about his aces. He raises.
That was a street bet.
Yeah, that was a total street bet.
Pretty big raise.
I think it would be really
The stack sizes, I don't see anyone calling. There's just not enough implied odds to bluff a set. Double A could jam if he thinks maybe he's against ace king or something of that nature, and he does. Not a bad play, just the wrong time.
One time.
They're going to go once.
Blue, red, pointy.
See if Double A can spike a 7 here, and he does in the window. Pretty unfortunate for. Oh, but he has the ace of spades. He backdoors the flush. Wow. Oh man. That's pretty brutal for Double A.
That was like 5
The excitement of the set, and then the heartbreak of the runner flush. But Doug does win with the best hand. So
Even when you're good, you're like,
well deserved.
Yeah, the
Just
best hand
tough
is
way to
still
get there for Double A. Looks like Double A is gonna
Players checks on
add on
live stream.
here. Appears to be about $300 or so.
yeah, it's true.
Checks on live stream. Doug, do you mind if I get 3?
Oh my gosh.
Next turn, let's do 5.
Checks.
What did he give me?
I had pocket 6.
Doug, you're also first to act, Doug.
So while they get the checks sorted out and the rebuys, just a promo that I already have mentioned, but just to reiterate, there's a $200 daily progressive jackpot for quads of the day. So you have to have a pocket pair in your hand, make quads to get the projected or progressive jackpot. And PLO, you have to hold it in your hand, and $200 daily. Running through September. Another reason to come to Texas Card House. Lots of great promos for this month, and ways to play for very inexpensively, especially if you play those early times at 5:30, 7:30, and 9:30 a.m. You can get those $25 rewards. Goes toward your time at the cash tables. So lots going on this September here at Texas Card House. All right, no premiums, but we do have an ace-9 for JR, suited king for B Hold'em. See once we get the graphics up here where everybody is. It's like best equity is Doug. He's got a pair of 7s and a gut shot. Sorry, open ender actually.
What's our next bomb pot, Billy?
7 minutes.
What's up, guys? Sorry, full call. Heads up.
One bonus one.
King on the turn
4 checks.
does not improve Doug,
4, 4,
but he bets and wins.
3.
Joe, you're a model of efficiency. Model of efficiency. I don't know that. Your personal life. Look, are you? Never been arrested? Gosh, you need to work on it.
On to hand 65. Thanks everybody for joining us. We have just under an hour left, so Probably get another
Technically, I've been resting.
25 or 30 hands into today's stream.
Doug, you're the big blind. Kevin, you're in the first
Early
half.
guy in Arlington, Texas.
I'm gonna straddle.
6.
Keep me out of the
Straddle.
Hope everybody's staying cool out there. It was, my car said 104 degrees when I pulled up to the card house today. Sweltering.
All right.
Cool in
7
here,
raise,
though.
25, 8 folds.
So Kevin's got ace jack. Decent hand. Personally, one of my least favorites. Kilo Joe has ace 5 off.
6 calls.
Kevin C was suited broadways, king jack, diamonds.
Was it spring break? Yeah.
Could be an action flop here, depending. King jack looks like it's going to outflop everyone.
Wasn't the worst experience.
Yeah.
Here's a pair of eights for JR. Trip kings now. Kevin C. That's probably going to slow down the action. He actually has everyone drawing dead. But Kevin Y is going to take a stab. And this is not going to work. It's like JR is thinking about, he's just going to call, but he's drawing dead.
9 calls, 4 folds.
Kevin C is trying to decide if he's going to raise now or later. He's just going to smooth call, which actually is probably the right play because a raise there would have shut down any river action. Total blank on the river, an 8 would have been devastating for JR. Maybe not devastating, but expensive. See if Kevin Y is going to take another stab with this ace high. Kevin C checks, so I guess he senses that his opponents don't have much, and he's going to get rewarded for it. Kevin Y is going to take a stab again,
7, that's 230.
possibly even thinking he has the best hand with the ace high, but that's 235. JR is out of there, and now see if Kevin Y is just going to call. Yeah, he.
Showing ace jack high. Showing trip kings.
Could have raised for some thin value, but obviously we know he had no chance of getting called if he raised. Was vulnerable to potentially some better kings or maybe even a full house. So pretty standard there, but the check on the river definitely got him another $235. So well played by Kevin C there.
Straddle 6. Third. Appreciate it. Alright. 8 folds. Joke, nice guy. 8, 9 folds, 1 fold, 4 calls.
PLO Joe and Doug with playable hands here. Suited Jack 9 and King 10. Kevin Y is going to come along with Queen 4 offsuit. Probably just to mix it up and be a little less predictable. Top pair for PLO Joe. Open ender for Doug with a backdoor flush draw with clubs. So he's not going to go anywhere. Interesting turn card coming. 5 is a blank, relatively. Does make a one-liner to a straight, but 6 is not necessarily a likely card for someone to be holding. And Doug Rivers, the best hand with a king. gets paid off quickly, understandably, by PLO Joe.
So
Doug just can't lose. Seems like he wins every hand that he voluntarily puts money in.
all right.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Doug's sitting on the big stack, almost 5K. Kevin Y with 2,400. Double A, B Hold'em.
Thomas is out.
Double A just joined the table, so sitting on the short stack, but still time to run it up.
No.
Where you been?
On to a PLO bomb pot, $10 each player. Everybody sees a flop. Must play 2 cards. Don't fall in love with a straight.
My favorite team is my favorite.
See if somebody has a jack.
Yeah. All right. 6,
Somebody's
7 check,
got to have one.
check, 1, 2 check,
There we go.
3 bets 25.
JR has flopped a full house with ace jack. So he has a stranglehold on the top board.
6 fold, 7 calls. 25.
Fortunately for Double A, he also has a jack,
I raised to 75. 1 call.
but he's drawing dead.
That is 75. 3 calls.
6-4 is an open knitter for B Hold'em on the bottom board.
7 folds.
I don't think Doug's annoying. He's a
Also
lot
has a pair of queens, king kicker.
definitely not as annoying as I'm annoying.
The interesting turn cards here.
I know you, and I might agree.
7 changes nothing.
I agree. I suck.
King gives B Hold'em top 2 now with the open ender.
330.
JR is just going to keep potting because he's got to want to build this pot. Unfortunately for Double A, really can't fold given his stack pot size, but has only 10% equity on the bottom board, which is
Bringing in 205.
really just his open-ended straight. Actually a wrap with a flush draw, actually.
205.
Has some outs, but
Take
only
25.
10%.
All right, good luck, guys.
See if he can get a chop pot here.
All right, he's got
And he cannot.
jacks full of aces.
Oh, no, he does. I'm sorry. He
And then he's got a ace king.
rivered.
That's pretty damn good. I got a
King queen. Okay, so you got the chop.
Yeah, king queen held for B Hold. Oh, yeah, so yeah, Double A bricked. B Hold'em wins the bottom with 2 pair. And, of course, JR's full house was good on top.
Got one through.
I was hoping they were both up top.
Always a wonderful feeling to flop top full house. Well, actually, pocket aces would have beat it, but it's blocking pocket aces. So basically, the assured best full house on a bomb pot, you're sort of just free rolling the rest of the way, and it's a great feeling. So nice hand there for JR. Only gets the chop though.
Or you gonna wait? Yeah, he's gonna wait for this.
Got a straddle from JR now. Playing for 12. Double straddle, actually.
All right. 8 is straddling for 6. 9 is straddling for 4.
Blind. Didn't even look.
I was playing.
Good luck, sir.
I was playing here once before, like 6 months ago, and someone added onto their stack because they're below the limit, and they do their $2 and add on $2 more.
Really? Well, I mean, because that's where he has not felt it, so he could add on $10.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't have to go
Because
to
it's
the,
not at 0, yeah.
he doesn't have to min by, he can go to $10.
Yeah, 2 folds. The bet right now is 12. 12 to play. Full straddle. Got it all in here with 4.
Projection.
Doug's gonna raise on the button with a mystery 7. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a second 7 in there. Or maybe the ace of spades. No, ace of spades Kevin has. This will be fun. We can play along with Doug.
17.
Why did you play 3 times so you have to chop them?
Doug gets raised by Kevin's ace king in the big blind.
Rip it one time.
Kevin said he wants to go 6 times.
One time.
One time. Oh, got it.
Now let's do a slow roll on them all.
Oh, maybe they got it all in. Yeah, they're running it once.
All right, showdown.
I think 8-3 could be correct.
You
Maybe
don't
it
have to.
is.
Take it down.
It was in your range, but it didn't quite get there.
Oh, that was the remaining stack of double A. So
These are my scratch.
I guess 8-3 was correct. Kevin takes it down with ace king, double paired board, ace kicker.
All right, one's out for a sec.
I mean, if you had
Wow, big
me, you know,
surprise.
you had
Big
to bet who
surprise.
that was, maybe you think,
Okay,
surprised it's not 9
I'm a 10 in
cents.
someone's book.
I would put a penny in there. That's the lowest denomination.
All right, 9 straddle 6.
Thomas has suited broadways. Our newest player hasn't really had much to work with yet. Pilo Joe's got suited ace 10.
5 6 fold.
I did.
Pretty hand.
Remember that you held it up for me to see.
7 folds.
What is it?
Quarter.
Quarter?
Uncle T's gonna mix it up with his 8-7. Don't hate it. Although he is in the big blind. And Thomas has flopped the stone cold nuts
Stop them.
and is pretending to care about the football game, but definitely does not. Unfortunately, well, Pilo Joe does have top pair with the 10. Can't love the diamonds,
8 and 9 fold.
but Thomas is going to get a little bit of money out of Pilo Joe, although he is now drawing dead. Would like to see Thomas slow down there a little bit. He bet instantly.
Wanted the interception and then you wanted
It's a very telling sign of strength. Somebody doesn't have to think about their next move. Doesn't always mean that, but sometimes people do it when they're bluffing. But try to bet at the same bet, check fold at the same speed, independent of strength of the hand.
Rodgers to be my starter, but he's playing versus Buffalo, who has a good defense. Monday night.
Thomas with another solid starting hand, ace 10 suited. He's going to limp. Doug has king 10. I assume he's going to play this.
Straddle on as well? Okay.
Probably for a raise. Yep.
5 raises to 30.
Top 5 quarterback.
6 folds.
Roger no longer top us.
He's like winning.
Doug knows what he's doing. He is dominated by Thomas's ace 10.
Finally, get a chance to get some.
So we'll need some help here. 10 high flop would be interesting. There's a king already, so Doug outflops him instantly.
2 checks. 5 bets.
Way ahead now. Backdoor flush, but doesn't get another spade for Thomas, so no more flush opportunities. Doug's probably just going to bet and take it here. Can't see Thomas really continuing. He does have a gut shot, but 4 outs is not optimal. And misses, so Probably go bet fold. Be my guess. Can't see Doug not going for a little more value here.
Well, we were already short because some people busted out. I mean, Thomas
Sorry, check bet fold. Just 20. He knows Thomas says nothing at 25. Could induce a raise. Probably not. 25 into 2. I mean, he's going to pay it off with ace high, but
So those kings and jacks.
Doug is killing those little small river bets when he knows his opponent has basically a squadouche.
He's coming back.
Another one for Doug. Really has not lost a significant hand all night.
Four straddling.
Having a great session.
You got a setting?
Yeah, he looked at me and goes, that's why we don't use phones at the table.
Five straddling.
Stream was
30.
over.
What did your phone have to do with it?
He said he distracts people. And I was like, oh, sorry, man.
Doesn't sound like Preston's
No,
usually pretty
yeah,
easy
he
going.
was bad. Yeah, it really surprised me. And of course, Catboy
Looks like we have a triple straddle, it appears,
6, 7, 8.
to 30 by Doug.
30 right.
Hopefully somebody can wake up with a hand or two here.
I'll give you action.
Philo Joe wants to play with his 9-5. Doug with 8-3. We got two monsters head to head here.
Yeah, it was very neat. It was a huge
Philo Joe, middle pair. He's going to check it.
25.
Doug now with a pair.
Check.
Doug, sun running, now has 2 pair. He's going to bet. Not going to get paid.
Mucho lucky-o.
What the fuck is going on? I've never seen you play that hand.
Well, he straddled.
Option. I didn't play it.
Oh, you're straddle?
Yeah, we straddled for
31.
I'd ride.
But you called. You called.
While we shuffle up for the next hand, just wanted to share, so on Saturdays, we have a $150 buy-in, so just a couple days from now, it's a re-entry, no limit hold'em, $150 buy-in, $3,000 guaranteed. Sizable starting stack, 20-minute level, so plenty of play. Usually gets a very nice turnout, so come on out on Saturday. You can win some significant money in the Saturday 150.
Like 5 hands, we picked 100 and lost like 4K. You're the only hand he lost.
I just was the one that he beat. I was the one person.
Alaska said yesterday that yesterday was the last day here for
Kevin's got a suited king.
he said he's going to Alaska for this.
Was he playing?
Something I've tried to
More like he's going to
add to my game a bit, playing some of the suited kings
Playing to produce a 7.
in position.
He came over with chips. He didn't lose all his chips.
Don't want to overdo it, but certainly has big pot potential if you can
5 bets, 15.
make a sneaky 2-pair or maybe a flush.
Yeah, he does kind of. He's afraid that Billy's
Doug
gonna
does
call the block on
hit top pair. Kevin's got middle pair, 3s. Doug's still ahead, as seemingly he's been all night. Bets and takes it. Shows the queen.
Show the queen 3.
No, it wasn't that ridiculous.
Queen 2 clubs.
One pair.
Doug now over 5K, has more than double the next
5 straddle 6.
largest stack.
Oh! Wide open guy.
Yeah, you got pressure in your face. Hawkins sits in first.
6 gold.
A little bit of price, not much.
a late hit.
That was just a bad throw.
Yeah, well,
7, 8, 9, 12,
I guess if Kelsey would have caught that.
2 raises.
Thomas going to raise it up on the button with 8-6. Doug's going to defend with a suited ace from the big blind.
I only saw one. I saw one.
Kilo Joe actually also called and now has middle pair. Thomas is going to flip out a continuation bet and get called. Ten on the turn pairs the tens. Might be concerning for Pilo Joe with his middle pair. Thomas is going to continue, try to look like a 10 and get some through.
Got the dime. Nice.
Nice play in position there by Thomas. Used the button to his advantage. One would be worst hand.
One's coming back in for 500. Anybody want to give this gentleman some change? Maybe? What time is live streaming? 9:45. Probably have a bomb pot at 1:30 and then 9:45.
Time?
Yeah. 6 straddles 6, 7 straddles 12. Actually, it'll be 8. 2, 3. Cool. Thank you very much.
All right, Uncle T is going to come in for a raise with his ace 10.
does that have to be 24?
Been a little quiet, hasn't had a playable hand for some time.
Those straddles are bad.
I didn't even look at the
Because it's more than half the raise.
Yeah,
Probably going to play his, nope, he let go of his suited ace, or his suited connector. Pilo Joe's got his 10 jack next to Doug's huge pile of chips. Kevin going to come along with his 7-3 in the straddle, getting the right price.
Three players.
Wow. And Kevin flops a full house with 7-3, so unfortunately for him, nobody else with much of anything, nobody with a queen. It's going to be tough for him to extract much from this, but what a flop for 7-3. That's incredible and somewhat hilarious. Uncle T gets out of the way. Kevin wins 57 bucks. Shows Uncle T, shows the table.
I was in the 12.
That's the way to play 7-3, folks. Just flop a full house.
Double straddle. To a 24 raise. Come on.
Yeah, Jesus, hold there. You have to have something.
Alright, buttons on 4.
I literally thought, well, I've only got the one straddle and that's 2 times.
Small blind, big blind. Kevin, you're first.
The last thing you want to see with green ace.
7 is straddling 6.
Hand 75 underway here. Got about half an hour left. Probably get to around
Yeah, I know, that's why.
85, 90 hands.
It's got to be involuntary.
2 raises.
It's been a while since somebody had a big pair.
4 calls. 5
There's a medium pair, Pilo Joe with 9s.
6 calls.
Suited ace 10 for Kevin Y. Definitely going to play it. And comes in for a raise.
7 raises for 100.
$100, it appears. JR wants to play 8-7.
Four calls.
Be pretty sneaky if he does happen to hit this flop. Does not. But clubs for Kevin Y with his ace-10 and Pilo Joe. Still with the best hand with a pair of nines, but can't love the queen on the board. But undeterred jams all in for $711. So Kevin Y has a tough decision here. He probably puts his opponent on a queen with the jam there, so may not realize he has as many outs as he does. Might think his only outs are an ace or any club. It's actually any ace-10 or club. Oh, actually, the all-in was not for 7+, it was for 385. So yeah, Kevin's gonna call this. He is getting the right price, especially given his 10 is live as well. Not sure what JR is thinking about. He has nothing, assuming these cards scanned correctly. Just let it go, JR.
All right, guys. Good luck. Prepare. Queens and nines.
Pilo Joe takes down a good one. A little over $1,100 pot. Pretty lucky for Kevin to brick out. It was almost a 50-50 fight there. Chose to run it once and holds. Pretty standard. Nothing Kevin did wrong there. Have to go with the ace-10 after that flop, especially given the pot and stack sizes.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Nine raises 30.
Some Broadway cards for JR. Doug with connecting 9-10 offsuit. Uncle T gonna play his 10-7 suited. I think he was in the straddle actually. Nobody with the 6. JR with top pair. This is probably a bet and folds. And it is. Pretty standard.
Nine straddle 6. Ash is going to be on 1. Six to play. One call. Two calls. Three calls. Four calls.
Been a while since somebody had a premium. We haven't seen ace king suited, aces, kings, queens, jacks for some time now.
5-5.
Somebody has to be due. Uncle T with
Eight calls. 9 calls.
king queen. Gotta go ahead and Doug's gonna raise with his suited connector in position. And probably going to flop a straight, given the way things have gone so far.
Oh, heads up. Oh, I'm sorry. Your way. Your way.
or trips. And with his 2 opponents having top pair, this is excellent situation for Doug. Piolo Joe folds immediately top pair. That's correct in this situation, but a little surprised to see him let it go so quickly. Doug's trying to decide, oh, he's just going to put them all in. Uncle T made a somewhat tight laydown earlier in the session. I could see him letting this go, actually.
It's probably going to be the only win you're going to get in the month of September supporting the Jets.
See if we can hear what Uncle T's saying to
I'm
Doug.
okay with it because I feel like it's a karmic kind of positive knowing what they had to do.
Yeah, I think he's going to fold. Put in the chat. Oh, he's going to flick it in. Yeah, Doug just crushing everything. Uncle T needs a king, and there's only one left. Does not get it. Another one goes Doug's way. Wow. He is. Might have the whole table covered at this point. I think he's up to about 6K. Last update, the second biggest stack was 2,400, so I think he's probably got about half the chips in play. Tough one there for Uncle T. He knows Doug can be an aggressive player, especially in spots like that. So with top pair, second best kicker, tough to make that fold, but Doug really has not missed all session. He's also
15 to play.
typically gotten max value. And here we got some folks with some real hands. Actually, Doug with the second best of it at the moment. With ace jack, Piolo Joe with the ace queen. You hold him with a respectable king 10, suited ace for Kevin Y. Everybody with a little something here. Kevin's going to go ahead and bump it up. That looks very strong. Of course, everyone knows he's doing it from the button, so could just be a position play. Doug showing him that he's folding ace jack.
Why you folded?
And those two have played a lot of poker together.
If I showed you a king, you would have been like, oh, I didn't fold.
Well, it was a good bet. I mean, I had ace queen, so I figured, you know, I was up against another hand like mine and probably a high pocket pair. You know? But he couldn't have had a pocket pair because he showed next. Or he could have had ace.
Yep, Doug, our big winner, almost 6K, has almost half the chips in play. Kevin Y, second largest stack, almost 2,100. Here's a big pair, Piolo Joe with some jacks. No right way to play them. Kevin Y's got fives. A little surprised that he folds. Doesn't at least try to set mine there.
Seat open on live stream.
Looks like Uncle T has left us. Understandably, didn't run particularly well. But solid player. I'm sure he'll be back.
I may have gone by it, quarter out on red or some bullshit.
I mean, it's a shitty game.
Yeah.
People end up shitty. No, well, I was betting the inside is no brilliant. They put a quarter on inside and win, and you win 600.
And we're on to a bomb pot.
Bomb pot, gentlemen, bomb pot.
I feel like a lot of other giveaways you can't get those high pops. Like,
JoJo letting everybody know to put their 10 bucks in.
if you put 25 and win like odds like that, it's not like
Big spicy ring. What do you think?
Some people think that bomb pots are pure luck. There's actually quite a bit of strategy that goes into it. A lot of that is
That's right.
knowing when to make a tough fold. A lot of people overvalue their hands because the same hand in No Limit Hold'em is a huge hand and very marginal in a PLO bomb pot. So one of the biggest adjustments that folks new to PLO bomb pots have to make. Nobody with this, actually PLO Joe flops quad sevens. So he is free rolling this bomb pot. Thomas has 2 pair on the top board. And a pair of aces on the bottom board, although no good versus the quad sevens.
Four bets 55, 6 and 9 fold.
PLO Joe's going to try to get a little more money in the pot here. Nobody else really with anything strong enough to hang around with. P Hold'em, although he has, oh, he's,
Very interesting. I'll show you the quad.
yeah, just way too weak of a hand to call there. So PLO Joe takes the whole pot. No better feeling than flopping quads in a bomb pot, because basically every dollar you see go into the pot, you know you're getting at least half of it. And maybe all of it.
Small blind, big blind. Three straddles 6. 4 call.
PLO Joe, real starting hand, ace jack. Doug folds 5s. Kevin with the
6 raises to a quarter.
premium of all premiums has aces. See if you can get any value out of this. PLO Joe does not know it, but he does not want 2 pair. Oh wow, but he does flop top pair. Unfortunately, that is crushed. And he's gonna bet. Nobody with a club, 3 clubs on board. Kevin's gonna smooth call, disguise the fact that he has the nuts, which is no longer the nuts, but can't be too worried about the 8. Somewhat unlikely somebody would have 6-9 or a hand like that. Kevin wins 87 bucks. Anthony, I agree. PLO Joe is a good alias. All right, hand 82. We have 6 more hands to go, folks. We're playing to hand 88. Thomas B gonna play a suited king. Doug with the computer hand, queen 7. It's called that because it's exactly the middle valued hand. Yeah, Anthony, you're right. I'm not a fan of ace-jack. I play it, but don't love it. Doug with the Doyle Brunson. Going to be forced to play it in this draft. King high, still good for Joe. PLO Joe. Nobody with the diamonds. And King high wins a whopping $13. See if we can get one more big one here in the next 4 hands.
Raises to 25.
Kevin Y going to play suited ace, under the gun +1. Doug probably going to come along with his suited connector and does not actually, it appears. Oh, take that back. He does still have his cards there. It looks like he actually flops open-ended. One of the best flops you can hope for with 8-7 suited. Thomas with top 2. But we know Doug is going to make a straight here, given how things have gone so far. Here comes the 5. Nope. I'll have to wait for the river, although drawing dead to Thomas's full house. Thomas trying to figure out how much he can extract. 75 will probably get, and does. Doug needs to pray that he doesn't make a straight here. Does not, but does make a pair. I would imagine this is going to go check, bet, fold. Doug does check. Here comes the bet. And Doug's cards go into the muck. momentarily.
Welcome, sir. What do you want to be listed under? What's your name? What do you want to be listed under?
It's not on the.
Well, tell me your name so I can tell you.
Kishore.
Kishore? Okay, Kishore is going to be on...
Several momentarily.
Playing the other night, right?
Huh?
We were playing the other
There
night,
it goes.
right?
All right, 5, 2, button is 4,
Everybody, if you're interested in playing on the TCH live stream, a link by Streamlabs has just been put in the chat. You click that link, fill out a form, and join us here in person. Watch yourself on TV/YouTube. It's a good way to learn about your game as well. You get to go back and review, see what your opponents had in certain spots, improve your game.
straddle 6.
You know, I just crushed the table.
A couple live streams every week.
Yeah, I've been playing for 12 hours.
Cool. Alright. 8 folds, 9 folds, 6 folds. 1 calls.
Did you wind up making any back, or nah? Pretty much just making even.
3 and 4 folds.
You were fucking doing really well.
5 raises to 30, 6 folds.
That's going to raise with Jack 8.
Actually, everybody was.
30 is good.
And I was the
Devil
first guy.
has a
And then I
weak
just came
ace.
back.
Right now, the
Probably going to go ahead and call. He's already put 10 bucks out there. But, oh, lets it go.
Got away with one.
Doug wins a small one.
Had a fucking suited hand.
Probably perfectly fine with that with Jack 8.
Alright, 8 straddle 6, 9 straddle 12. Actually, begin on 1. 12 to play. Call,
Couple of ducks for double A.
4 calls.
And Doug with the aces. It's going to raise it
70. 6.
quite big. May not get any action here unless somebody wakes up with something. Double A really not getting the right price necessarily with a $422 stack, even if he flops a set 1 out of 7 or so times. So Doug wins a small one with aces there.
Fuck, I only had twice, man.
Nobody with really much to fight back though.
I have 1 ace.
Means I'm due for another one.
Doug adds to his castle of chips.
Alright, 9 is straddling 6.
All right, we're on to our second to last hand, folks. Almost there. See if we can get a
What'd you say about bomb putt?
couple of good hands against each other here. We got 7s for B holding. Decent holding.
Raise, 3, 25, 4 folds, 5
We still keep playing even after.
Doug not folding queen jack,
You gotta beg everyone to say, though.
9
especially for the
raises to
cutoff.
225.
JR has a real hand with ace queen.
Figure out how big
He makes it 225. Pretty large sizing there. Probably just gonna take it.
4
And
and
does.
4 and 3 and 5 folds.
The first pair I had.
Alright, bump putt.
All right, it's our final hand, folks. It's PLO Bomb Pot, hand 88. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll be back again next week for 2 more TCH Lives. If, like I said before, if you'd like to play and see yourself on the show, feel free to fill out the form that was placed in the chat a moment ago.
He's more scoopable than
Come
I
join
am.
us at TCH.
He's a little cocky, right?
He sees the nuts on one board and he just goes with it.
On his flop.
Yeah, flop nuts and he just goes with it.
The boat's gonna get you.
Joe, can you just get one more time? Appreciate it. Cool. Alright, everybody's in. Everybody's in.
Hope he flops nut nut. There it is. Another nut. Maybe not.
8-9 check.
Fisher with a flush draw, king high flush draw, on the bottom board. Looks like Joe has a set of
I can't
tens,
scoop you if you have pocket queens. That's the
but vulnerable
problem.
to jack
You need a
9.
straight and
Not anymore. Makes a full house. See if somebody had a queen in here. Somebody probably did. Thomas is the man with the queen.
Three folds. King of hearts is exposed. King of
Thomas
hearts.
and Joe with the two best hands here.
He's still the
A
blue.
little bit of equity for double A. Not much.
4 calls. 5 and
PLO
6.
Joe's going to go ahead and bet it, try to build a pot. He knows his full house is almost certainly good. Actually, it is the nuts, because if you see the bottom board blocks a set of queens, so he does have the nuts.
I got 10s full, and I got 2 pairs.
Alright, showing 10s full of 8s, 10s
And we go to showdown. Double A, Thomas wins 75 each, chop the pot.
Wow.
Quads here, and then trip queens.
Full. Here I was thinking I was fucking slow playing.
And that's it. That's it for the.
All right. Well, that's our final hand of the day. Again, I've been Kyle Frisbee. Thanks for joining us here on TCH Live Austin. We'll be back again next week. Come join us for the tournaments we have coming up this weekend and every day.
Live stream.
And we'll be back with you next week.